tag team titles being defended on the show as well. Edge, Roman, Daniel Bryan, they're going to be doing promos. We're sure to see Sasha and Bianca. There's news breaking, leaking, being rumored that Sasha Bianca are now confirmed as the main event of night one. That news I'm seeing being reported by like Steph, or apparently coming from Steph, saying that they've earned this. The only thing I would say about it is I still can't see anything that says they're the last match, right? It's so annoying. WWE talk about several matches being the main event. In WWE's eyes, they have 20 main events, right? So when they talk about Sasha, Bianca being the main event, I don't know that they're talking about them being last. So I still haven't seen that. If you've seen it, let us know in the chat if you've seen news of them saying they're actually going on last. That's the important thing. I don't know why WWE struggle with this. Like, you have one main event, right? If you've got 2 days, I appreciate you can have two, but you can't have multiple main events, right? It's called a main event. It's not called like multiple main events. So, yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. I really do hope Sasha and Bianca go on last. I know there's a lot of people out there saying they shouldn't. The build has been rubbish. I totally understand that. But I don't care about the build, right? The build has been rubbish for pretty much all the matches. So I kind of feel that if you win the Rumble, you main event WrestleMania. That was always the prize. So I kind of feel like if you win the Women's Rumble, why can't you main event night one? If you win the men's, you main event night two. If the women's match is bigger than the men's, switch it around. I would argue that the Roman, Daniel, Edge match is bigger than Sasha Bianca. So as a result, I think the men should main event night two. And I think the women main event night one. I understand there was a good argument made that would mean that SmackDown main events both nights. And how is that fair to Raw? But my counter argument would be Raw sucks. So there we go. That's it. That's my argument made. Raw sucks. That's why it doesn't get to main event a night on WrestleMania. If it was better, if they'd actually built something interesting for Asuka, then maybe we would have a conversation. And I mean, I suppose the Lashley thing's all right. So, but I really think that the women deserve an opportunity to main event one of the nights. So, yeah, we'll see. We will see. I do want to jump into the chat because I want to know if the chat have heard anything that I haven't heard. And there's a very good chance of that because obviously there's been quite a bit of news. Luke's Wrestling World. Shout out to you, buddy. Luke's Wrestling World says, hello, Mr. Days. How is everyone? Who is as excited as I am? I'd imagine everyone here is pretty much as excited as you, my friend. This is a very, very exciting time. I feel alive. I feel, I don't know why, but the second we've just gone live, we just did like a member stream. And like at the start, it was a little bit like, a bit down and all of this, because obviously it's been a bit of a down day. Should definitely use this opportunity to, like, you know, pay respects to Prince Philip, of course, and pay respects to DMX, who has now been confirmed as having passed away. Obviously, that was kind of rumored. We were talking about it yesterday, but confirmation came through today. So it's been a bit of a rough day. It's been a bit of a moody day. It's been a bit of a dark day. But man, I gotta tell you, as I'm sitting here right now with less than an hour to go before SmackDown, I feel awesome. I feel really good. So I just feel like a bolt of lightning has hit me, and I'm like, let's go, man. Let's go, baby. So proper excited for this. I don't know why, because it's only the Andre Battle Royal. Yeah, come on. Feel proper pumped for the Andre Battle Royal. No one's ever been this excited for the Andre Battle Royal. Oh, I don't even care about the tag championship thing, but whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. I think it's because we're on the verge of WrestleMania. And also, I don't know if you've seen the picture, right? I do have it. Stole it from Twitter. So this is the image that's doing the rounds of the WrestleMania stage. It's nice, isn't it? Really nice. So obviously they'll come from underneath the ship. The ship is just there for show. But I do think that looks really good. And with the sails as well, and it's saying WrestleMania, it looks really, really nice. The question is, who's jumping off it? I love the fact that they've got this stadium that already has a ship in. And they've gone, needs to be bigger. We need a bigger ship. We need an even bigger ship. That's not big enough. Fancy renting a stadium and one of its main features is it already has a ship. So you decide to build a bigger ship. Like, I don't understand. That's the only bit that confuses me. But they have, like, blacked out the back, all the seats and everything. There's people saying, are they going to have, like, a water effect? Are they going to CGI water in or something? Make it look like both the ships are part of a fleet or something like this. I'm not sure. Osprey. Is that how you say the name, my friend? Osprey. Osprey. Oh. I don't know how to say your name. Osprey. I've gone with the Osprey. I've gone with a few things. Shout out to you. Says, I am now 13 years and 5 minutes old. Well, happy birthday to you, my friend. Pleased to hear that you're 30. I think you're only, if you're under 13, I think technically you're not meant to be on YouTube. I think. So you are allowed to be on YouTube as of 5 minutes ago. So shout out to you, my friend. Happy birthday. And I will learn how to say your name properly. Jim Gore said that is a very scientific argument for Raw, not main event in WrestleMania. Yeah, because they suck. Look at Twitter. I think you could touch on the topic. Thanks for the follow. What's happening? It's me, Reese. What's happening, buddy? What's happening? What's going down? It's me, Reese. If I look at Twitter, I'm going to see lots of topics. I'll probably see lots of things that are going to be annoying as well. Because it's been an annoying day on Twitter, as is pretty much every day. But, yeah, let me know. Please respond. George says, Days, it's confirmed that the main event is Bianca versus Daniel Bryan. Wow, yeah. That's how they could do it. Why has no one thought of that? Sasha versus Bianca versus Daniel Bryan? Then it would absolutely main event night one. Oh, genius. You are a genius. That is absolutely the way forward. Daniel gets to insert himself in another match. They would be guaranteed to main event. Everyone wins. Oh, quickly write a postcard. Send it to Connecticut, Vincent Kennedy McMahon at Money Street at Big House on Dollar Drive. Yeah, send it there and let him know your idea. Put PS Days says hello to Linda. And hopefully that's how we're going to make this happen. Ollie says, Days, mark my word, Shane McMahon will be diving off that ship. Yeah, he could be. It's either going to be Shane or potentially Kevin Owens, of course. He was meant to do it last year. So Shane or Kevin. One or the other. I'm just getting distracted because BT have decided that right now is the perfect time to replay WrestleMania 30. And I'm seeing the Yes-or-Mania moment. And I think that's his sister, Daniel. Someone just jumped in the ring. And I think it's his sister. And there's a little girl that I don't remember jumping in the ring after. That must be like his niece or something. I can't remember that moment. I can't remember the woman and the sister. Because you'd look at it and go, is that his wife and kid? But it's not, is it? So it must be his sister and his niece. And you can see Connor in the crowd. Connor the Crusher as well. What a moment. That moment. What a moment. Kofi Mania should have been like that. That is what Kofi Mania should have been like. LSW says, Days, the draw was awesome. I can't wait for Monica versus William versus Daniel Bryan. Harley said, Days, I'm so happy for Banks and Belair that they are headlining night one. WWE have confirmed this on Twitter. They're going to have fire entrances, fire attires, and a fire match. So it's been confirmed on Twitter that they're closing the show, not just main event. Because if they're using words like main event, that makes me think, you know what I mean? We've been down this road. WWE has lots of main events, like Macho Man versus Ric Flair at WrestleMania 8 was a main event, but it didn't go on last. Like how The Rock versus Hogan was a main event, but it didn't go on last. Like how Undertaker versus Shawn at WrestleMania 25 was a main event, but it didn't go on last. So, I hope it's main. People are saying main event. I mean, I believe you. I believe you. But is it going on last? That's what I want them to tell me, that it goes on last. Saying it's the main event doesn't do it for me. It's not good enough. They keep saying main events. Days, it says headlines. So yes, last match. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. Thank you, WWE Twitter. Thank you, Stephanie McMahon. Thank you, Vin. Thank you, Linda. That's what I wanted. I wanted something that told me it goes on last. Days, following TakeOver, who do you see being called up? I see Cole and Io going up, and maybe Balor returning, but I don't know. Says Jensen Holder X. Yeah, I think there's a chance for all of those. Cole, Io, Balor, I think are probably the three favorites. I mean, there's big rumors that Raw's going to be gigantic. There's big rumors going around that it's going to be like huge, and I can't quite get my head around why. I'm really struggling with that because there's no fans. So I understand they're going to want to make it big. I totally understand that because SmackDown's big tonight. SmackDown's big and they've put a couple of WrestleMania matches on it. So I can totally understand that they're going to want to make it feel unmissable and they're going to want you to tune in. But there's no crowd. So imagine Adam Cole walking out to no crowd, or Io or Finn returning to the main roster without a crowd. I don't know. I mean, I theorized the other day on one of the streams, do it at WrestleMania, bring them back somehow in front of a crowd, call them up, have that moment, and then you just carry on with the story on Monday. But there's lots of reports that it's huge, unmissable, gigantic, earth-shattering. So, I don't know. I don't know what they've got in store for Raw, but I'm super excited. Super excited. Bring it on, baby. George says, Days, do you think The Fiend will have a special entrance at WrestleMania? Yes and no. I don't know what you mean by special. Do you mean like other people and like something like a Triple H entrance? I'm going to lean towards... I'm torn. I'm 50-50 on it because I think we've never seen the Fiend entrance at WrestleMania. So I think if you think about the Undertaker at WrestleMania had loads of normal entrances because his entrance was so big anyway. You didn't have to do anything. So I kind of feel like you don't see the Fiend that often. We've never seen his entrance done at WrestleMania. It would just be epic to just see it done normal at Mania, like in a state. You've never seen the Fiend's entrance in a stadium as big as this, a stage as big as this. I just kind of feel like it's whatever they do, even if it's just normal, Fiend fans are still gonna love it. It's still gonna be epic for them. So even if there's not like all these people doing all these kind of crazy moves, all this, on the entrance stage, I don't think you need it, to be perfectly honest. I think, like, WrestleMania, it's nice because it, potentially it gives you that little bit more, but I would save it. I mean, I'm sure Fiend fans are going to be hoping we get many, many more Fiend WrestleMania moments. So why not just save that kind of stuff for next year? You've never seen a normal entrance at WrestleMania, so do a normal entrance this year. Still going to feel huge. You're not going to be disappointed. You're going to love it. It's going to be so atmospheric, and it's going to be so goosebumps seeing him come down. Plus, also, we haven't seen this Fiend make that entrance. So even that is going to be like, there's so much that's new that I'm 50-50 on it. I don't need him coming down in a monster truck. I don't need 100 other people dressed up as him, because we haven't seen this one yet. And we haven't seen this Fiend make an entrance yet. So I kind of feel like, let's keep things simple. You've always got next year. You've always got the year after so next year we're in Texas. Year after we're in Hollywood. I mean, you can always make it a little different, little bigger. But I'm 50-50 on it. I don't think you need it. I know people will want it. But, we still haven't seen this Fiend make his entrance, so... And you know that they've only got to do a little tweak, a little change, and people will lose their minds anyway. Do you know what I mean? If he comes out with a new lantern, people won't care if there's 100 other Fiends on stage. They'll be talking about the new lantern. If he comes out with a lantern of the old Fiend, like the old Fiend mask as his lantern, the people will lose their minds over that. They won't need like tons and tons of other stuff. Anna Heel Doors, shout out to you, says, Days, I had a thought. I bet that hurt. Why doesn't WWE have a complete media blackout? No spoilers at all, anywhere, for all Raws after Mania. Just have surprises. I mean, I love it. They do that for New Japan, don't they? With New Year's Dash, they do it whereby you don't even know the match card. When you tune in, the first thing they do is read out what the matches are going to be. So you don't even know what the matches are. I love that idea of what are we going to see? What's going to happen? Like the proper fallout. It's got that feeling of they're having to like write the show that day. I mean, they probably are. But ideally, they've got storylines planned out and whatever. But it gives you that feeling of anything can happen. You know, they're kind of having to throw a show together. What surprises are there going to be? I love that thought. It's a great idea. I'm totally on board with it. Totally on board with it. The only thing I would say is, obviously, it's difficult with no crowd. So it's like, do you bring up all these people? Do you have tons of surprises without fans? I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. They didn't do it last year. They didn't do it last year with no fans. So why are they doing it this year? I don't know. It's if people was to ask me, and people have asked me, do you think Raw will be big? I've always said no. I think WrestleMania is going to be big, but I think the Raw is going to have good matches. It'll continue anything that happens at Mania, but I don't think there's going to be big returns and big stuff like that. But that's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the opposite, so let's wait and see. Shout out to Michael. Hope you are well. David Smith says, who you like, Fiend or Randy? I'm just going to watch. I'm just going to be hoping for a good match. That's what I'm hoping for between the two. We've had quite a few conversations on this subject in regards to what I'm hoping to see from that match. And certainly seeing how great TakeOver was and seeing the reaction online. I understand the Fiend caters to a different market, but I kind of feel like that market has definitely been catered for. I definitely feel that the build has catered for that market. Like, the table is set. Now it's time for WrestleMania. So let's go. Let's go eat. Yeah? The banquet is set. The table is full. So let's go and eat at WrestleMania. Let's go and have that great match that is what this is about, really. Is about having great matches and sorting out conflicts. And this is a conflict that needs to be sorted. So that's what I'm hoping for. I don't really care who wins. Ashley says, Days, look at Becky Lynch's tweet. Is it the tweet that says she's working out and then it's got words, but it says night 1 down the side? The only thing I would say about this, right, and I'm not trying to upset people, and I'm not trying to, put out anyone's enthusiasm, get excited, right? All I'm going to say is she did tweet out a picture of the curtain in Gorilla just before Royal Rumble, right? And everyone was like, OMG, she's going to be in the Royal Rumble. Guess who wasn't in the Royal Rumble, right? And now, on the verge of WrestleMania, she's tweeted out a picture, or Instagrammed a picture, of her working out. And it says night 1 at the bottom. And everyone's like, OMG, guess who's going to be at WrestleMania? Guess who might not be at WrestleMania, right? So she has given up wrestling to become a professional social media troll, which I fully support. I think it's a fantastic career move. And I'm very excited for her. So, look, could she be there? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think, how do you leave Becky Lynch, who is back in the gym working out and, as far as we know, planning to return? I think Nick Khan said she was coming back soon. So, could she be there? Totally. Absolutely. 100,000%. Don't fall for it, though. That's all I'm going to say. I think after seeing her say night 1, I'm expecting her on night 2. Let's put it that way. I think she builds you up. I'm going to be there night 1. She's not there night 1. Everyone's super sad. There she is on night 2. Or there she is at Raw. Or something along those lines. So, keep your wits about you. That's all I'm saying. Jennifer Palmer, shout out to you. Jennifer says, this will be the first time a WrestleMania headlining match will feature 2 women of color. It's incredible. I've got to tell you, I mean, I just think, do you remember when Ethel went in? Ethel Johnson, who was apparently the first African-American female wrestler in America. She went into the Hall of Fame on Tuesday. She went in as part of the Legacy class. And if you joined us for that watch-along, we were talking about why didn't they make a bigger deal of that? Why is she not getting a proper induction, all of this? We found out there is a film, a documentary that she's a part of, which I think was called Lady Wrestler. I can give you an update that if you go to Amazon, you can actually watch the film. You can rent the film. You can do that in the UK or the US. Very cheap, like a couple of dollars. I haven't seen it, right? So I can't tell you if it's worth renting or not. The only thing I can tell you is that I will be renting it. I don't know when. Maybe not before WrestleMania because time is not of a premium. But I don't have a great deal of it. So I do want to watch it though. But cut a long story short, this is historic. This is a big moment. This is hopefully in some way going to be celebrated because it does feel like it wasn't meant to happen. It does feel like it's only maybe the fans that have made, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if news comes out that it was going to be Lashley, Drew, that was going to be main event. And it's the fans that have managed to, change that and change it last minute, which is why the build sucked. It's why, we haven't really seen any kind of black history being mentioned in any way or promoted or highlighted, or you kind of feel like that could have played a part because this is historic and it is something that should be celebrated. So I love it. Big fan of it. I think that there's a very good chance that Bianca in particular will actually have some kind of black history elements to her ring attire. And I think it's just a way of, her paying respect and, it's great. It's like another wall that's been broken down, another boundary that's been smashed through, and the women have been doing that for the past few years, with the first Royal Rumble, first match in the UAE, the first Hell in a Cell, like first Money in the Bank. Like they're just honestly breaking lots of walls down, smashing lots of ceilings, and in a way, this is another one. So it's brilliant. It's exciting. I love it. Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait to see it. It's one of the matches I'm most looking forward to. I mean, when Bianca won, straight away. I mean, I'm an Asuka fan, but I was like, she should face Sasha. I mean, that is just going to be such a match. Both of them so athletic. They work a very similar style. Like, neither of them are really high flyers. Neither of them are really powerhouses. They're both just agile, athletic. They can do power moves. They can do suplexes and stuff like this, but that's not really what they're necessarily known for. I suppose Belair a little more than Sasha. I would say Belair's definitely stronger, and probably quicker as well. So it's a shame there's not like a tail of the tape. Like, that would be good, wouldn't it? Tail of the tape that kind of broke down like some like key stats, and then you could look at it and you could find out who's quicker, who's stronger, who can bench more, who can run the 100 meters quicker, who do we think's faster, who do we think's quicker, and like you could really go down a few different stats. I honestly think Belair beats Sasha in pretty much all of them, maybe except Sass. So, I kind of feel that Belair is the one that's going to emerge victorious. I know it's all scripted, so you can never say. But does feel like it's her moment. And I'm here for it. Very, very excited. Very excited. Would be cool if Code Orange perform The Fiend's entrance. If they were, I think they would be announced. Because they have announced Wale is actually going to be performing Big E's entrance. So Big E is getting a decent entrance. So I think if Code Orange were there, we would probably know in advance. Hasib says, Days, in my opinion, I don't really want Bianca Sasha to main event. I think Bobby and Drew should. Because of Bobby's long journey, he deserves this moment. He won't get many more. And you could have Cole, says Hasib. Harley said, Days, I just checked on Twitter, and they also said that Drew Lashley will open the show. It's now Becky's posting something hinting towards a return. I really want her at Mania. It's rumored. There's so much news. Yeah, I mean, we did touch on this. So when we did the WrestleMania preview, we spoke about, I mean, I did a deep dive in everything I could find. And in there, I said, Meltzer's reporting that Bianca, Sasha closed the show. And if that is the case, then Bobby and Drew will open, because Drew specifically wants to be the first entrance. So Drew wants to be the first person to walk out. So I suppose in a way, going back to Hasib's point, I understand that you want Bobby and Drew to main event. Drew is very happy with being the first person to come out because of the fact we've not had fans in attendance. The first person to walk out, the first person to get that moment where the fans and the wrestlers are united again, it's going to be huge. Huge. Drew is fully aware of how big of a moment that is, and he wants it. He wants that. So I think Drew will come out first. I think that moment's going to be huge. I think that is when Drew gets his recognition for everything that he's done, and he deserves it. I think the crowd are going to go crazy. I think he's going to get fantastic support, and I think he knows it. I think Bobby's going to get a great reaction as well, in all fairness. The fans might boo in a way of, we know you're the heel and we know this is what we're meant to do. Kind of like a, boo, you suck, but we really love you. Boo, you're awesome. So fans might play along, or they could just cheer everything. They might be so pleased that anything that happens. Do you know what I mean? Cameraman Well, in fairness, if a cameraman falls over, they're cheering anyway. But, like, if any little slip-up happens, yay! Lights go out, yay! Guys, WrestleMania's cancelled, yay! We're out of beer, yay! The nachos have gone bad, yay! Do you know what I mean? They might just love everything. So, yeah. We'll have to see. But I think Drew is going to be absolutely fine with opening the show. It's something I've heard that he wants. And in a way, I suppose that makes it win-win. Harry Richards says, Days, after watching TakeOver, I was really impressed with Kyle O'Reilly. And I can personally see him as a North American champion in the near future. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, definitely. The only thing I would say is I think he would want more. I think he would want the NXT title. He's competed for that on a couple of occasions. So I think he'll be gunning for that. But definitely North America. Robert, shout out to you, buddy. Harley said, Days, it's been reported that WrestleMania will actually be 5 nights. Well, I mean, honestly, we were joking. I was joking on Twitter. I was like, would anyone care if they turned around now and said TakeOver is going to be 3 nights? Because I was like, I don't think we need 2 nights of TakeOver. But now I'm quite happy to sit here and go, we definitely needed 2 nights of TakeOver because they knocked it out the park. Night 2 was even better than night 1, and night 1 was awesome. So, yeah, if they were to drop in a 3rd night, as long as it got better and better and better, and I don't know how it could, but, well, I didn't know how they were going to do 2 days, but they did it. It was fantastic. If you watched TakeOver, then you certainly weren't disappointed. Logan said, have you heard about Carmella and Billy potentially being added? Yes. So WWE had them on a graphic. They tweeted the graphic out. They then deleted the graphic. So everyone's like, they're going to be in that match. We've already seen the graphic. They could totally be in that match. But at the moment, they're not. So, yeah, I could see them getting added tonight. And because they're getting added so late, I suppose that does make them favorites, even though they haven't teamed together before. There's been no build. We haven't seen much. Apart from Billy giving her resume to Carmella, we haven't seen any indication of them as a team. So it is kind of crazy now that everyone's going, they're winning. They're definitely winning. And it's all to do with this graphic. If this graphic hadn't have cropped up, then I don't think people would be thinking that way. So maybe they are. Maybe they are. We'll find out tonight. Kieran says, do you remember a few months ago there was rumours flying around that Triple H wanted to promote Tegan? I don't remember this news, no. To the main roster and have her win Money in the Bank. I honestly have not seen this news. She's had 3 big injuries. I'm sorry to say that I think she's high risk. I mean, she's only been in NXT a few years, which I know is like, a decent amount of time, but 3 big injuries now that have kept her out for a long, long time. Like, you can't really afford to bring her up and invest in her for her to keep getting injured and being out. I mean, I would be tempted to keep her in NXT for a while and see if, she can get some momentum and not get injured again. And, hopefully we're past this now. And then, take it from there. And if she's good and, she's not getting injured, then call her up. But yeah, it's been horrific for her. It's been horrific. I remember seeing her in the UK when she was Nixon Newell, I think was her name. She was great. She was red hot on the indie scene over here. She was like one of the most popular female stars. So to see her go over and have these injury struggles is awful. It's awful. She's a great wrestler. She seems like a really nice person as well. But you can't invest in someone that's going to keep getting injured. It's just, do you know what I mean? Days, the kickoff match on the 5th night will be Volta versus Brock Lesnar. Be a good match. Laurie said, do you think it's too soon to put the belt on Ripley? Yes and no. To be honest, I kind of feel that Rhea Ripley has been on the radar for a little while. She's actually on my screen right now. I'm heavily distracted because BT Sport keeps showing like great WrestleMania matches, and they chose what I think was the best match from last year, which was Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. I know I wasn't alone in that, but I really enjoyed this match, and it's great to watch it back actually because I haven't done that, and it's great. It is a really great match. So we saw her last year at WrestleMania. She's obviously been ever present as well in NXT. Just winning the title on pretty much your first night. I mean, she arrived. She was at the Royal Rumble. She challenged Asuka. She had the tag match. So fourth night, winning the title. I mean, but maybe that's her story. That she's that good. She's right up there with the greats. She's right up there already with your Charlottes and your Beckys and your Sashas, and we don't need to build this woman up. She's too good. She's too dominant. You can tell that story. So part of me thinks, she should probably win some matches, whatever, but you don't always have to tell that story. Having her just come up and win that title, why not? Why not? If she's that good and she can beat Asuka at WrestleMania, why not? Days, if Bobby loses the title, do you think he'll ever get it back? I've been rooting for this guy since he got introduced to him, and I'm so happy he got his moment. I think so. I hope so. I think he's knocked it out the park. I know that he's not really faced anyone. That's not his fault. But I think he is someone that absolutely 100,000% could have a great championship run given the opportunity. So I really, really do hope they give him that opportunity. I don't know it's going to happen now. I think there's a chance that Drew is going to be getting the title back. So I think there's a very good chance that Drew wins the title. But if he does lose it, I also think, yes, there is a good chance he does get it back one day. Obviously, avoiding injury. Gavin said, I don't like the way that Shayna keeps losing so much. Austin said, I hope Bobby wins, but I think they'll give it to Drew. I agree. JS17 says, Days, I don't want Banks Belair main event in night one because the Sasha stands get their way. They're going to brag and they're going to be more annoying thoughts. I think if you pay any attention to Twitter stands, then you're just going to drive yourself insane, to be honest. Really interesting comment from Nick Khan, right? Who said that Twitter is very loud. It is influential, but it also represents the minority. The data shows that Twitter is a minority. I'm not saying that it's not a reflection of what the wider audience is saying, but what I am saying is that it is very vocal and it absolutely does not represent everyone. Think about the people that use Twitter. Like my mom and dad are not on Twitter. Loads of people I know are not on Twitter. And what you do get on Twitter is a lot of communities, a lot of tribalism, a lot of fandoms, a lot of stan accounts, with Sasha's being probably the one that gets the worst name, like all of the Sasha stans, and the way that not all of that community, because I'm sure there's lovely parts of that community and lovely parts of that fandom, but definitely there's awful elements to it. But I think there's awful elements to most fandoms and most stan accounts and whatever. So I no, I don't. Not a single part of me even thinks about Sasha stans when it comes to Sasha Bianca main eventing. I think about the history. I think about the impact. I think about the importance. I think about how the women just deserve that. And at no point do I think, oh, but what about that social media thing that's got all those stan accounts on? I mean, again, forget Twitter. Forget it. I mean, I think Twitter has really shown a real ugly side of itself today in particular. I've been really disappointed with a lot of the things that I've seen on Twitter today. And with people like celebrating death. It's like, we should probably really think about Twitter and rethink it. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's just an awful place. I mean, like, it's just, you see a lot of, and I've been guilty of it myself, like going on and complaining about certain things. It's where you air your opinions. But normally, if you've got like an opinion to the point where you want to tweet it out, it's normally a very strong opinion. And it's either very strongly positive or obviously going to be very strong negative, right? It's not too many stuff on there that kind of falls into the middle. I mean, like, if you've got, certainly if you're showing an opinion and you're putting it out there, you really believe it. So, like, it's going to be really positive or it's going to be really negative. So if someone's praising something that you hate, that's going to wind you up. And if someone's being really down on something you love, that's going to wind you up. So just by nature, a lot of it is going to wind you up. A lot of Twitter is going to annoy you because it's just going to be like out of sync with your own beliefs. And, you know, that's where then you've got to look at things and you've got to understand that people have different opinions and all stuff like that. And that alone is obviously a challenge when it comes to Twitter, but that is something that's workable. But, man, there's some stuff on there that's just vile. There's some stuff on there that's really vile. And I think that showed itself today. I think today was awful on Twitter. So, honestly, I think Twitter is something that needs a rethink. I really do. I'm all for freedom of speech, though. I'm all for freedom of speech. So people have definitely got a right to say what they want to say, but just horrible. So I kind of feel that should we stop it being main event because of Sasha stans? No. What we should do is pay them no attention. Vape Ross Vape says, speaking of bad fans, hi Days, it's me, Vape Ross Vape. Hey Vape Ross Vape, how you doing, buddy? Hope you are well. Hope everyone is well, because we're only 18 minutes away from going over to SmackDown and the start of WrestleMania weekend. Lauren said, I just checked Ticketmaster. WrestleMania is still not sold out, but there are just a few tickets left. Harley said, Days, what do you think was the most underrated match of last year? I think Drew versus Seth from Money in the Bank. Most underrated match from last year. I think potentially, and I think it was last year, Tyler Bate versus Volta. That match was potentially match of the year and wasn't getting mentioned enough. I agree with your Drew, Seth Rollins. I think there was a few at SummerSlam. I mean, SummerSlam, I was bubbling over SummerSlam. I thought SummerSlam was a fantastic show. So there's going to be several matches from SummerSlam that I don't think got the praise that it deserved. But I think Tyler Bate versus Volta took place at NXT TakeOver Cardiff, I think. And it's 5 stars. It's 5 stars. I mean, legit, it's 5 stars. Meltzer gave it 5 stars. So, and I don't remember that getting spoken about all that much in conversations when people are talking about their matches of the year. So I feel that because it was just on an NXT UK takeover, I think it was probably forgotten about. I think those that saw it appreciated it and then maybe forgot about it. And a lot of people maybe just didn't even see it. So that one. Tyler Bate Volta was 2019, was it? Oh, was it? Was it? Hang on. Was there not an NXT UK takeover at the start of the year? Tyler Bates, Volta. Hang on, what was the NXT UK then from NXT UK takeovers? Let's have a look at these. How long have we got? 15 minutes. Just have a quick look at NXT UK takeovers. Blackpool 2. What was that one? Oh, I'm running out of time. You are right about Cardiff. Tyler Bate, Jordan Devlin. Tyler Bate, Jordan Devlin got 4.5 at Blackpool TakeOver 2, which was an incredible match. 4.5 from Dave Meltzer. I don't know if I would say that was underrated, though. Probably was. I mean, 4.5 stars is still an incredible result. When was the Tyler Bate Volta one then? Have a look. TakeOver. It was Cardiff. TakeOver Cardiff. Yeah, 2019. 42-minute match. If you've not seen that match, check out that match. Amazingly, I'm just looking at the card now. What a card. What a card. So, I should probably go back and rewatch that show. Do you know the prelim matches for that card? Rhea Ripley versus Pippa Niven. Cassius Ohno, which is Chris Hero, taking on Sid Scala. Then you've got Noam Dar against Travis Banks. Cesaro taking on Dragunov. Then you've got a triple threat tag team match, which has got Grizzled Young Veterans in. Gallus and Mark Andrews, Flash Morgan Webster. Joe Coffey against Dave Mastiff. Kaylee Ray against Tony Storm. And then the main event, which went for 42 minutes. Volta versus Tyler Bate. How weird to see Rhea Ripley. Only back in 2019 as well. Only back in 2019. Rhea Ripley on the pre-show. And yet here we are on the verge of her being in one of the big matches at WrestleMania. What a journey. That is wild. William says, I like reading WWE stars talking trash to each other. Harry says, Days, what's your match of TakeOver? Mine was Cole versus O'Reilly, but that's not excluding how phenomenal Chomper versus Volta was. Chomper versus Volta was mine. I'm torn between Cole O'Reilly and Finn Cross. I don't know which way I would go. I might go Finn Cross at 2. I just felt that Cole O'Reilly was about 10-15 minutes long. And I did feel that there was like it was better than the Moxley Omega unsanctioned match. That really felt like, right, we're going to do this now. Right, we're going to do this now. Now I'm going to hang you. Now I'm going to put the glass in your mouth. Now that we're going to go over, I'm going to put you in this barbed wire. Now I'm going to put you through this light. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to expose the boards of the ring. Now I'm going to do that. Now it's just like moment after moment after moment. I didn't feel like I was watching like a proper brutal war. It just felt like moment after moment after moment, right? And sadly, Cole O'Reilly felt a little that way to me as well. It's like, now I'm going to go under the ring. I'm going to get this toolbox. The bit through the stage was good. It's not like with Moxley and Omega where they bring it pre-prepared out. You know, they brought out this pre-prepared metal barbed wire structure. And it's like, now we're going to do this. So the way they did the entrance stage was good. And as I said, Cole O'Reilly, much better as a result. It didn't feel as, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But it still had that element to it. It still had that element to it. And it was brutal. Obviously, there was some chair spots in there. But I think my bigger criticism than it being a little bit, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, is the fact it was too long. About 10-15 minutes too long for me. Cut that out. Take out maybe some of the spots. I didn't maybe need the bit where they both sat in the chairs staring at each other during the middle of a match. I understand that it's meant to represent that they're so exhausted that they hate each other, but they're so exhausted they can take that moment to sit in the ring and sit opposite each other. But I just found that actually took me personally out of the match. I want to see these two hating each other, going at each other, and there was just little moments like that during the match that didn't make the match better for me. It actually took me out of it. So if you watch the watch along, you'll see I couldn't get into that match as much as I could others. I fully understand and appreciate it's a great match, and I fully understand and appreciate people praising it, saying match of the year and everything. I've got no criticisms for anyone that thinks that, because I can see why people would think that. I'm just trying to explain as to why, for me, Volta versus Chomper was better because that was just it didn't feel like spot after spot after spot. It was just a hard-hitting, brutal war. It was just horrific. It's one of them matches that after you finished watching it, you feel it. Like if Meltzer gives that 5 stars, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if he gives it 5 stars. I'll be stunned if it doesn't at least start with a 4. If it's not at least like a 4.25, 4.5, I will be stunned because it is absolutely brilliant. So for me, Volta versus Chomper. But I think there was quite a few that could be in the mix for the best match from TakeOver. Days, do you think Ilya Dragunov versus Volta was 5 stars? I think it's about 4.75. I think it's about 4.75. I think it was brutal. I think it was hard hitting. I think that part of the problem, and maybe this is just me, right? Again, but I heard the hype about that match. I heard about the match before seeing the match. So, everyone says 5-star match, 5-star match, 5-star match. So I went and watched it, and you go in like, okay, how are these two people about to show me a 5-star match? How are they about to do that, right? So you sit there, you watch it, and then you go, okay, it was amazing. It was hard hitting. Was it 5 stars? And you just kind of know. You kind of know when it's a 5-star match because you don't have a doubt. You just go, yeah, it's 5 stars. That's one of the best things I've ever seen, or that was incredible, or the pace, or the hard hitting action, or whatever. It's 5 stars. You just know. And obviously, the more wrestling you watch, the more that you can compare it to, the better your judgment is going to be. And for me, when I watched that, there was a little doubt. I was like, was it? And so I came to the conclusion that for me, it's more of a 4.75. I think you just know. You just know. I mean, for me, Volta versus Chomper is match of the year so far. It's the best match I've seen this year. And I would be quite happy in saying that's a 5-star match. I'd quite happy in saying that's 5 stars. The problem is, if you've not seen it and you go and watch it now, you'll be like, I was told this was 5 stars. So you'll go in watching it and then you'll be like, was it? And then you'll probably end up where I was with the Dragunov Volta match, which I think I ended up saying it's like a 4.75. Because it just didn't. I wasn't left after watching it going, yes. And that's it. It comes down. It's fine margins, my friends. Fine margins. It's so personal, isn't it? That's why I can understand Cole O'Reilly being match of the year for many, many people, because it's such a personal thing. It's all about your connection with the match. It's all about what happens in that match that brings you in. It's about the little moments, the little dramas, the little nuances that grab you and suck you in and, take you on a journey. And, how was that journey for you? Austin said, I'm not sure it's 5 stars either. Robert said, I watched your watch long about the figures. They looked awesome. Oh, that was drama, man. That figure stream was drama. They did finally drop the slideshow, and it was about half an hour after we finished the stream. Pretty much that whole stream, I'm like, I'm just waiting for the slideshow. All I want is the slideshow. Can we just get the slideshow? Because the slides of the figures, so much easier to just look at them then. I don't need to listen to Bill or Candice or Johnny Gargano or Steve or Sam Roberts talking about them. Fine, great, no shade, but I just want the images. So I was just waiting for the slideshow, and it dropped after the stream. But we still found a way of looking at stuff. We went on Twitter and we paused the video and whatever. But yeah, it was a bit bumpy at times. People were telling me that when I was making it full screen, you couldn't see the heads. So I actually did a figure stream where I was cutting off the heads of the figures, apparently. So once we got that sorted, then we were up and running. So if you do go and watch it, you could probably afford to fast forward a good half an hour, maybe even an hour, where we're trying to make it work. We're trying to find the right images and whatever. But I think we had fun all the same. Trent says, Bianca Sasha has been confirmed to be the main event. Do you think Drew Bobby will kick it off? Yes. If that's the case, who do you think will win? Well, I do still think it's 80-20, maybe even 70-30 as to it being Drew winning. But I do think there's a very good chance. A very good chance. I don't think it's like 100% Drew wins. I think there's a very good chance that Bobby could retain. I think he's done excellent. I think it's been great. I think he looks the part. I think MVP by his side looks awesome. I think it's great. So yeah, I think there's a very good chance that Bobby retains, and then Drew can always get it at like SummerSlam. I mean, really, there's no rush. This isn't a feud that we have to end. It doesn't have to end at WrestleMania because really the feud hasn't even started. We haven't even seen them face each other. Bobby cost Drew the title. Miz got it. And I don't believe that Bobby and Drew have faced each other. So this could be the start of a feud rather than the end. And as a result, Bobby might retain. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not like sold 100,000% that this is definitely Drew getting it back in front of fans. But you'd have to say that's likely. John Cena said, I'm going to Mania, but you won't be able to see me. They've confirmed that Drew Bobby is going to open night 1. Days, what were the Meltzer ratings for Stand and Deliver? You don't get them till I think it's Wednesday. So, yeah, we don't know those yet, unfortunately. I mean, just on that point, I know there's people that hate Meltzer and don't care about what he's got to say and all that kind of stuff, and I totally understand that. Totally understand. It's his opinion at the end of the day. The only reason that I pay attention is because he has seen like all the Japanese wrestling, all the AEW, WWE, All Japan, New Japan, Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, or Indies. You know, he watches it all. So just one person's opinion, being able to compare wrestling since the mid-80s and having rated all the matches since like the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, just to see where he thinks it compares to every match from the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, just having one person's opinion whereby he can say, I think this match is as good as this that I saw in the night. It's just interesting to me. Nothing more than that. I'm not saying it's gospel, right? I understand that people, a lot of people don't respect Dave Meltzer and whatever, but I do think that he is interesting to listen to. He's very knowledgeable. I do appreciate that. I mean, I love wrestling history, so I love learning, and he's a very good, very knowledgeable person. So I think just you know, I'd be very interested to see what he thinks, how it compares to all the matches that he's seen. He's seen more matches than me. I mean, he's probably seen more matches than any of us. Maybe more matches than anyone. I don't know. So the fact that he's seen all of that and he's rated it all, it does just make it very interesting to see how he compares it all and how he thinks it compares. But it is, at the end of the day, just one man's opinion. So you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Scott Turner, shout out to you, my friend. Appreciate the support. Big shout out to everyone that's joining us right now. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe. It's WrestleMania this weekend. So we are here for SmackDown. We're here tomorrow for UFC. I think tomorrow is going to be 2 separate streams. I'm just very aware that during the UFC stream, people are going to want to talk WrestleMania. That is absolutely fine. If I brand it as WrestleMania, I'm really encouraging that. And I do think there's probably a separate MMA community that are going to want to talk UFC. So I do want to be crystal clear. I will talk about anything. I don't care what we talk about, right? It's WrestleMania. That is the big daddy. So UFC is on early. It finishes, I think it finishes about an hour before the kickoff show begins. So I think WrestleMania's a little later this year. I think I need to look into it, but right now there'll be a UFC stream and then a WrestleMania stream that starts straight after. And I think we'll be looking to start an hour before the kickoff show for WrestleMania. So you're not missing out. It's just that I'm going to be streaming even earlier than that. I'll be doing a UFC stream and then a WrestleMania one straight after. And I think we start the WrestleMania one an hour before the kickoff show, like we normally do. If that changes, or if I've got my times wrong, then I will maybe look to amend that, and we might just end up doing one long stream. But I would ideally like to do 2 separate ones, just because we've got 2 separate communities. Right. We are going over to SmackDown, my friends. WrestleMania SmackDown. The WrestleMania logo is above a slightly amended SmackDown logo. And I don't know what we're going to be starting with, but we are at the show. We're starting with Daniel Bryan. So Daniel Bryan's music hits. Daniel Bryan making his way down to the ring. Is not in wrestling attire. So I think there's a very good chance that Daniel Bryan, Edge, and Roman could be starting the show here. So I'm going to preempt that by putting Daniel Bryan, Edge, and Roman. Can Daniel Bryan do this? Yes. And the yes chants are raining out around. Right, let me try and find a clock so that we can have the timer on the go. Hello. Welcome to everyone that's joining us. As we said, we are here for SmackDown. We're here for both days of WrestleMania. We're here for Raw. We're here for NXT on Tuesday. I mean, we are literally just here. We're here. We're like a bad smell. Well, you are. I'm not. Right. No. Okay. Daniel Bryan says he is excited. He said, I'm excited to see the set. I'm excited for the pyro. So breaking news, guys. There's going to be pyro. He says, what I'm excited about most is to finally hear the roar of the WWE Universe. Well, he's going to be surprised when they all boo him. Boo! He says, don't get me wrong, I love the Thunderdome. There's nothing like wrestling in front of a live audience. He says there's nothing like winning the Universal. So he's pumped up, he's fired up. Yes, chants are being pumped in. He says, I can't wait to walk down to the ring. It is exciting, isn't it? It is exciting. We are literally hours away. 24 hours away from day one now. He says, I'm often associated with the word yes. Days, hello, been away, got to make a living. My pickup truck is 923,525 miles. Just got to Raw last night. Going to be here live for your broadcast tonight. BBB Yipsy, shout out to you, buddy. Hope you are well. It should be a really good show, this one. There's nothing like days and night. Miss Cam 1, shout out to you. Just announced headliner for Hall of Fame next year is going to be fake crowd noise. I'll tell you, it's worked hard, man. It's the unsung hero of the pandemic era. Fake crowd noise. That was so annoying during the Hall of Fame. So annoying. Daniel Bryan said he deserves to be in the main event of WrestleMania. They're really giving him some time here. He's had a good chunk of time. I mean, don't forget, this is also a go-home. So I know we're all excited, and I know we're all waiting for, like, Andre Battle Royal and stuff along those lines. It is still a go-home. So a lot of this show is going to be building up the next couple of days. And that's exactly what we're getting here. We're getting a Daniel Bryan promo where he's basically setting the scene for what's to come. He's basically setting the scene for WrestleMania and his match, and it's what we all expected. Yes, he does, says Harley. No, 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 says List of Jericho. Asher says, will Cena be at Mania? It potentially could be a surprise, but I don't know if we're really expecting it to be perfectly truthful. He's said that he won't be, but you can never believe wrestlers. They love lying. You and this channel deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. John, shout out to you, sir. It's me, Reese, says, I thought of this when I was outside earlier. What do you think about an NXT Money in the Bank? That's cool. That's cool. Makes sense. Daniel looking up at the sign. So he's still going. He hasn't really said anything other than he's excited. Edge was, Daniel had, Roman is. Laurie, shout out to you. Dane Film says, Days, how would you do Drew versus Roman? I would have Roman, very strong monster heel, where his gimmick alongside the tribal chief is he hunts down other monster heels. He goes after Drew as he is a monster too. Yeah, I mean, I would probably... ideal booking, I would have Drew win the title at, say, SummerSlam. Maybe Roman wins it back at SummerSlam if Edge is going to win it at WrestleMania. Build them both from SummerSlam to WrestleMania as monsters that get clean wins, right? I don't want outside interference and messing around. I think it's important that your heels win clean as well. So have them both win clean. I don't mind if Heyman helps once or something, just to show that he's all right with getting involved. He's all right with helping Roman. He's still a problem that Drew's going to have to overcome. I would have them both as champions. I would then unify the title at WrestleMania 38. One world champion. The WWE champion. So, yeah, I would build it that way. And it would be huge. It's good. This is passion. Daniel said he's got fire in his eyes and fire in his heart. Can Daniel Bryan walk out? No. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, everyone. No. Daniel says yes, but it's no. It's actually no. 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 Still no. So it's expected that Daniel's going to take the pin in that match. So he's working hard. He's working hard. Daisy, is there any Becky Lynch news? She put out a tweet and an Instagram post of showing her working out, saying night one, basically. We're backstage with the Street Profits. So she could be at Mania, but she did also tweet out a picture of the curtains during the Royal Rumble, which got everyone talking, and she wasn't a part of the Royal Rumble. Afterwards, she said, sorry if I confused anyone. I just really like these curtains. So she loves trolling. So it's noteworthy, but take it with a pinch of salt. Are those thumbs down? Oh, hello, what's happening? Dirty Dogs attacking the Street Profits. Oh, into a TB and Gorilla. Well, that's broke. That's broke. Street Profits and Dirty Dogs going at each other. WrestleMania tomorrow and Sunday. Here comes Alpha Academy. Otis and Chad Gable have come out. Here comes the Mysterios. So looks like we're going to this tag team match. That was awesome. Someone just had Ray and they were like grabbed him. I don't know if it was like Bobby Roode or someone. And they went to throw him into the barricade and the camera was right there as Ray was going, ah, ah. And then he got thrown into the barricade. That was fun. That was my highlight of the show. If I was to do like a highlight of the show, I'd go for that. I don't know how to word this. Maybe I should just write that. Mysterios versus Dirty Dogs, you dirty dogs. Dirty Dogs versus Alpha Academy versus the other ones. Who are they? Who are they? Dirty Dogs, Alpha Academy. I've literally just seen all the teams. That's how bad my memory is. I've literally just seen all the teams. Street Profits. Street Profits. Do you like the Street Profits? I can't even remember the Street Profits. So I hope maybe that answers your question. I just think they're a bit cringe. Do you know what I mean? I think they're a good team. Hate his finishing move, because why would you do a finishing move where you hurt yourself and you can't immediately pin him after? I mean, that big frog splash that he does, when he lands, he takes about 5 seconds to go. It always reminds me of Peter Griffin. You know that Peter Griffin gif where he's like, and he's like down on the ground and he's hurt his leg. It always reminds me of that. As soon as Montez Ford hits that frog splash, it's the same energy. It's the same energy. Why would you do a finishing move? Just get a new finishing move. Drop an elbow. Drop an elbow. It worked for Macho Man, didn't it? Drop an elbow. Why does he have to do an impression of Peter Griffin? Wrestle with Andy said, Days, I got a feeling that Daniel Bryan may retire after this match. He might do. Hope you've got that documentary ready. Wrestle with Andy. Have you already done a Daniel Bryan one? You should work on it. Get it queued up. Get it queued up. Get it scheduled. Because you could be right. You could be right. He said many times that, well, I think he'll retire full time. I don't know if he'll retire completely, but I suppose he could. I think he works so hard to come back, though. I suppose he did get that. He did get another championship run, and he's got his family now. So I think he said that he wants to. I heard that him and Edge never want to retire, though. I heard that they never want to officially retire. They just love wrestling so much they still want to do the odd match. So who knows? I think definitely he finishes with his current schedule. Definitely. Shout out to you, Wrestle with Andy. I hope you are well. Skullful Beast 3 said the fake crowd noise is so rubbish. I hate it. Well, you're not alone. You should have watched the flipping Hall of Fame. It was horrific. Street Profits better get out of that Hispanic neighborhood, said David Hall. Daniel retires, but will return for a Saudi show, says Ephraim the Beast. He hasn't been doing them, has he? Don't think he does them. He's got principles. Right, we're underway with this fatal 4-way tag match, which I'm not that bothered by if I'm being perfectly truthful. But we'll see. Who do you think's going to win? Let us know in the chat right now, because you can type whilst I enjoy a banana. Big fan of bananas. Haven't had one yet. I'm going to crack one. Guys, I'm going to crack one open. It's like Christmas. I'm going to crack one. I'm going to crack into. Do you know, I've never, apparently, with a banana, you're meant to open it this end. Not this end. Like monkeys, when they eat bananas, they open it this end. I'm going to do that for the first time. I mean, it's no easy. Although, actually, look at that. You do get all of the banana. You do get all of the banana if you do it that end. There's no like little bit. Normally there's a little bit. If you do it the other way, there's always a little bit left at the end, but you get all of it. That's madness. I've never done that before. My whole life, my whole life has been a sham. My whole life has been a sham. I've always opened it that end. LSW says scenes. The scenes. There are scenes of the whole thing. This is like a proper food hack. It's one of the most well-known ones. I know I'm not showing anyone anything they don't know. I've just never, ever, ever in my life. I'm so glad we've captured this on film. This deserved to be captured on film, but I have never in my whole life opened a banana that way, and it is so satisfying. You get all the fruit, baby. You get all of the fruit. That is incredible. Can I just show you? There is nothing. That is the whole thing right there. There is not a single morsel left inside. Nothing is left inside. This changed my life. That's changed my life. Ghost bananas. Oh, is it a see-through banana? Was it a ghost banana? Is this a ghost banana? I'm not looking at what you're seeing. Hang on. No, that's not a ghost banana. Is that a ghost banana? Hang on. Is this a ghost banana? Oh, that kind of is a ghost banana. That bit isn't. That bit is ghost banana. Ah! Oh, it's a brand new character I've introduced to the stream. Ghost banana, ghost banana. Lots of drama with ghost banana. Ghost banana. Everyone loves ghost banana. Ghost banana, ghost banana. Lots of drama with ghost banana. Hey, ghost banana. Hey, Days. How you doing? I'm good, thank you. Are you excited for WrestleMania, Ghost Banana? I'm very excited. What do you think about Sasha and Bianca main eventing? I hate it because I run a Stan account on Twitter, so I'm going to go off now to spread hate. Bye, everyone. Bye, Ghost Banana. Ghost Banana. Ghost Banana. Lots of drama with Ghost Banana. Woo! There we go. Ghost Banana has gone off to run his Stan account for Sasha. Never know what you're going to get. Absolute scenage. Did you guys do as I asked anyway? Did you say who you think's going to win this tag match that literally no one cares about? Come on, Ziggler. Heather did. Heather says, come on, Ziggler and Rude. Come on, Ziggler and Rude. There's a rip in the space-time banana continuum. Oh. Days need sleep. That's true. I haven't had much sleep. I only had a couple. Well, actually, I've had good sleep after TakeOver. But in between night 1 and night 2, I think it was about 3 hours. So I am lacking a little. It's where bananas make the difference, you see. You don't need sleep if you eat lots of bananas. And that's not true. George with a ghost banana. Oh, look at this. Huge fans. There's huge ghost banana fans now. It's going to take over the channel. Ray's son is gone. Well, better at wrestling, says Alex. Days, if you ever go out on my boat fishing, bring a banana and we will throw it overboard. Bananas are considered a curse on boats. Oh, that's interesting. Why? Why? Like, seriously, why? I'm trying to think of why would a banana be considered a curse on a boat? What? I need to look at this. Are bananas considered a curse on a boat? Hang on. Let's ask Google. We'll ask Google. This is interesting. It's more interesting than this tag match. Day 5. I think Days has cracked. Send help. Hang on. Here we go. Let's go here. Here. Hey, Google. Are bananas considered a curse on a boat? Oh, you've gone? Don't make me look stupid. Hey, Google. Are bananas a curse on a boat? Didn't catch that. What do you want me to do? I can't be more clear. Why does it always go wrong? Hey, Google. Are bananas a curse on a boat?
Peels causing many comedians to trip and fall down, bananas have long been thought to bring bad luck, especially on ships.
It's true. Aside from their peels causing many comedians to trip and fall, the peels only affect comedians. Ghost banana. Only affect comedians. Bananas have long been thought to bring bad luck, especially on ships. At the height of the trading empire between Spain and the Caribbean in the 1700s, most cases of disappearing ships happened to be carrying a cargo of bananas at the same time. What have you got against ships? What's wrong with ships? You. Grown YouTuber shouts at banana. Grown YouTuber, what is it with ships? They've done nothing to you. Do you know what? The disrespect that bananas have at bananas versus ships at WrestleMania. Oh my God, you won't get a banana at WrestleMania. You won't get a banana. There's nothing but ships at WrestleMania this year. Oh my God, can't have bananas on the stream. What if the stream goes down? Oh my, we said, didn't we? We said there's always drama with Ghost Bananas. We said this. We said. Oh, we need to keep these well away from of all the themes for WrestleMania to have. They've picked up a ship theme, haven't they? What if you're like there and you chuck a banana at that entrance stage and it just all starts collapsing down, just starts breaking down? What if it sinks? It's not even at sea. What if a banana manages to sink the entrance stage at WrestleMania? It just starts. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect this conversation. I welcome it though. I'm definitely here for it. Do you know what I mean? Yes, the tag team championships are being defended right now. Yes. But it's not my fault we're not focusing on it. Now we know why the Titanic sank. Mr. Rotella says, #blame the bananas. I mean, it is very true. We do often hurt the people that help us the most. The people that we love the most are the ones we hurt the most. And honestly, where would the humble banana be without the ship? I mean, it'd just be in very warm places. It wouldn't be in the UK. I know that much. I can only enjoy this humble banana because of ships. So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Crazy that a banana has distracted Days from wrestling. Not really. I wouldn't say of all the things that's crazy, I'd say that's pretty down on the list. Wrestle with Andy said, Days, bananas in pajamas once had a match against Disco Inferno in the WWA. Well, I hope that wasn't on a ship. I hope the WWA wasn't at sea at the time. I hope it wasn't like a... What if you bring one on the Jericho cruise? What if you go on the Jericho cruise and you bring a banana with you? Do they not have bananas in cabins? A cruise is like banana-free zones. I don't understand. What if you order a banana split? What if you order a banana split on a cruise? Do you just get the split? What's a split? What's a split in a banana split if there's no banana? What happens if you order a banana split on a cruise? I need answers. Is there like a banana replacement? Do you get a carrot painted yellow? That's what I would do. I'd paint a carrot yellow. I'd paint a carrot yellow. Put chocolate over it. People will be like, are these all right? I'd be like, yeah, they're perfectly fine. Fresh. 1, 2. Oh, Otis. Oh, yeah. Otis. Makes the save. Rey Mysterio goes to the outside. Street Profits double. Drop kick to Otis. Street Profits all in green over the top. Boom! Comes down on the big man. Otis goes down. Kind of feel like this is getting towards the end. Very fast-paced. Do you think Money in the Bank should be in the WWE headquarters like last year? It depends if there's fans. I would avoid doing the same things again, so I would say no. 1. No, just a 1. Gable tried for a backslide, but Dawkins managed to get his shoulder up into a German. Lovely work by Gable. There's the splash. Yeah, now you got super kicked because your move's stupid. Rude and Ziggler retain because Montez Ford has got one of the worst finishing moves in the history of finishing moves. Montez Ford has got a finishing move that finishes himself. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Terrible, says Evan. What a match, says Ephraim. When Days peeled back the banana, all the women watching at home's jaws dropped, says David. Do you know what? Not just the women. My jaw dropped as well. I think we all appreciate life hacks like that. I think whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, or maybe you're something completely different, I think that you will have been absolutely blown away by that. I refuse now to open bananas any other way. And I am telling you right now, I will be taking a banana on a boat sometime in the near future. Straight after the stream, I'm going to go down to my pond. Middle of the night. I'm going to push the boat out. We haven't got one. I'll build one. And I'm just going to sit there with banana in the middle of my pond like this and wait to see if I sink. Jennifer Lockhart, shout out to you. Jennifer says, my timing is so on brand yet again. We're shouting at bananas now. Yes. We've sent a memo out. You should have an email. This is what we do now. I can subscribe to that. Bananas versus ships, newly added to WrestleMania. It's going down. The ship, that is. Bananas versus ships. Jennifer Lockhart, shout out to you. Days, you stole Casper's banana. It's the fruit of the afterlife. It's all the Fiend eats. It's honestly, he won't eat anything else, the Fiend. He loves bananas. Right? Kayla talking to Bianca. Are you willing to do anything? I'm the strongest. I'm the fastest. I'm the roughest. I've got all the tools to win. I'm dangerous. Dace, do you think is winning the Andre Battle Royal? I can't remember everyone that's in it, but the big name that stood out to me was Shinsuke. So, Bianca, very excited. And so she should be. Sasha Banks, tomorrow night, night one. Oh, I thought he was going to say it was going to headline main event, close the show. He didn't. Just type it in, Days. Type what in? Type what in? Type what in? Heather, what am I typing in? I'll type it. Where's Heather? Heather, it would have to be a green apple. What conversation are you having? Heather, I don't know what I'm typing in, but I would type it. Right, Peacock is the only place to watch it in America. A returning Aleister Black is going to win the Battle Royal. That's true. Apparently there was only, 22 names announced for the Battle Royal, which leaves about 8 spots left. So, yeah, we're still waiting to see who else is going to be in it. Right, let's try and jump into the chat a little bit. Miss Calman said, I'm sickened with the lack of love for sweet, sweet apples. They're all right. They're all right. I only eat bananas because they give me energy. I don't know what apples give me. What do apples do? Keep the doctor away, don't they? But he's a nice guy, so I don't mind seeing him. Do you know what I mean? Days, this leads to Dirty Dogs versus Usos at Mania, says Joshua. Harley says, good match, but poor Mysterios. I want a father and son to win gold. How about Vince and Shane? Please respond. Bonyak says, Days, my dog died today. Also search up Harry C. Did your dog pass away today? Is that true, Bonyak? I'm very, very sorry to hear that, if that is true. Ghost Banana's here. Ghost Banana says, boo. Shout out to Ghost Banana that's in the chat. We've got a Ghost Banana that's joined us. Bonyak, I have no idea if you're telling me the truth about your dog, so I'm feeling sad. And I might not need to if you're lying to me. And I hope you are lying to me. Miss Clown One says, apples give you sexy. Oh, that's where I've been going wrong. That's where I've been going wrong. I should have increased my apple intake by 100% from the 0 apples I currently eat to an apple. So there we go, guys. If you want to be sexy like Miss Clown, then increase your apple intake. Austin says, apples are better than bananas. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know where all this apple lovers come from. LD Call says, I love bananas. Days, I think banana versus boat versus Daniel Bryan should be the main event. That's definitely the match. Bananas versus boats versus Daniel Bryan. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, he gets involved in everything, doesn't he? Kieran said, Days, did you see that Dave Meltzer is reporting that Bayley will host a talk show segment at Mania and Becky Lynch is going to crash it in her monster truck? I did not see that, but I can believe that. In no way do I believe Bayley is not going to be a part of Mania at all. In no way. So totally believe it. No wonder I look so good. I eat apples, says Cloudy Wolf. Grapes, getting a shout out by Basti. Ghost Banana says, Days, this is terrible. What, the love people have for apples? I'm still Team Ghost Banana. I'm still, even though I found out you run a Sasha Stan account, I'm still on your side. Grapes for me, says Wazaroo. I don't know what grapes do either, in all honesty. Bananas are good for you. I love bananas, says Robert. I'm loving this. Do you know what? It's great to see fruit getting the respect that it deserves on the verge of WrestleMania. It really is. It's great to see fruit getting that level of respect. Because it'll get none at WrestleMania. I can tell you that right now. Right, we are back. We are 35 minutes into the show as well. So we've only got about an hour and a half left to go. Time flies. Time flies when you talk about fruit. The only banana I like is Daisy's banana. I've got a few. That you can enjoy. Is Ridge Holland fit again? He's posting stuff on Twitter. It's probably about time, in all fairness, for him to return. I forgot about him, in truth. So, yeah, it can't be too far away. Harley says, I like mountains. Do you? What's your favourite part about them? I like the top. The peak. That's what I like. That's my favourite part. The peak. WWE Network has removed the same segment that Peacock did too. What, the Roddy Piper one? I don't know how much they're taking out, in truth. I don't know how much they're doing. My concern was that loads of stuff was going to get axed. I understand there's a lot of uncomfortable moments. And we've covered it. We spoke about it. But I don't actually know that they're taking all that much out. Tomorrow, tickets on sale. They're still advertising the tickets. Big E. So we're talking about Big E taking on the Nigerian Prince, Apollo Crews, the art of barbering. Here he is, look, having getting a fresh cut. So Big E in the barbershop. You talk a lot about remembering where you came from, but I never forgot. Big J the barber. Big J the barber, a Tampa legend. Big J the barber beefcake. Oh, that's cool. So he's showing where he grew up. So he's from the Tampa area. This is what made me a state champion. This is perfect. This is everything I want. These are the kind of vignettes that I live for. This is where champions shine. I tell you, you watch this and you go, he ain't losing that belt. He ain't losing that belt. In Tampa, where he's from. This is the stadium where your Intercontinental Championship dreams come to die. I love that video package. I love that video package. That was, I'd watch an hour-long episode of that, of him going around Tampa, showing us where he grew up and everything. That was awesome. That was really cool. The Ghost Banana is going to win Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Maybe that's where it went. Perhaps it's fooled us all into thinking it was going off to be a Sasha Stan, but it's actually going to enter the Battle Royal. Days is a Stan for that video package. I'm going to start a Stan account on Twitter for that video package. It might be tricky to maintain for a long time, but we'll give it a go. Pretty sure Days said weeks ago that Big E should do something like this. In all fairness, I say that everyone should do things like this. I love those kind of video packages where they look back on people's lives and, give you a bit of backstory. I think that's a big part that's missing from wrestling. I'm going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial and make history once again, says Ghost Banana. Lone Star Friend says, we want Funhouse Bray. Zay2Sweet says, why is SmackDown talking about Raw? They are focused on Fiend and Randy right now. Got a video package on that. Look, this is just their last chance to build in it. It is a bit weird that they're focused on a Raw feud, but I would imagine they're going to be talking about Lashley and McIntyre. They're going to be talking about Asuka and Rhea Ripley. I think they're just going to be talking about everything. last chance in it to get those last people to buy the pay-per-view or subscribe to Peacock or... Maria said, Days, are you going to watch UFC? Yes. Or no. No, yes. Read it, please, and WrestleMania. Yes, we're doing it. I think currently it's a separate stream. It's all set up as well. I was so busy. I've set up all the WrestleMania streams. I've set up the UFC stream. So currently they are set up as separate streams. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be starting at about 6 Eastern, 11 at night UK time, which I believe is an hour before the kickoff show. Kickoff show, I think, runs for an hour, which starts at 7 or midnight. And then I think WrestleMania starts at 8 or 1 a.m. for us. So that's currently what we're looking at. I will be live at 1 Eastern as well, 5 for UFC, 5 o'clock UK time. So we'll have to go to bed quite early tonight. UFC is on early. It is. I'm really pleased about that, though, because it means that we can do both. Billy Kay better win the Andre Battle Royal, says Lee Stevens. Hayden says Ghost Banana versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. Yeah, I'd be down for that. I'm up for seeing Ghost Banana against anyone. Did you hear that apparently WWE fired the international commentators apart from the English and Spanish because Peacock only wanted to do 2? I did not hear that, no. What about the rest of the world? I suppose it doesn't matter, does it, really? I mean, I think like most of their subscribers are in America, so that's what they're so focused on. Right, Nia Jax, have I heard about this match? Have I heard about this match? I don't think I have. We've got Shayna, Nia, and Simpanold. Who's she facing? I don't know who she's facing. BT Sport managing to get these murals done. They've had loads of press coverage from that, haven't they? I've seen these being shown on NXT, and WWE really loved those. Right, Nia Jax is going to be in action. Hopefully she's facing Ghost Banana. My hole! Right, Nia Jax taking on Tamina. So here we go, guys. We said it was a big weekend. We said that we'll be seeing some dream matches. That's exactly what we've got here. Dream match time. So for all of you that were hoping we were going to get Triple H versus AJ, no. WWE have got something even better. Tamina versus Nia Jax. Rick E245 says Ghost Banana versus Volta. Who wins? I need a bit more info, bud. Is it at sea? Are we on land? Is Volta dressed as a ship? If any of these if we are at sea, if Volta is dressed as a ship, if he's dressed as a captain or anything like this, Ghost Banana wins. If we're at dry land and there's no ships, oh my God, what about Ghost Banana versus Natalia? What about Ghost Banana versus the boat? Oh my God! Ghost Banana versus... That is it. That is my new dream match. Everyone asks, what's your dream match? I always say, maybe Sting Undertaker. No, forget that. Not interested in that anymore. I want Ghost Banana versus Natalia, the boat. Who wins? I mean, could she get Ghost Banana in a sharpshooter before she gets sunk? I don't know. Shazib said, love the channel. I've been watching for 3 years. Shazib, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you very much for the support. What was your reaction when Prince Philip died? I was really upset. Well, not really. I wasn't like crying or anything, but I took the dog for a walk, actually. I was saying on the member stream, just like, I understand there's people out there that don't like the royal family and don't like Prince Philip. But he is someone that has been around for my whole life. Like, he's always been on the news. Whenever you've heard about the royal family, which, as you can imagine, in the UK is quite often, obviously, you hear about him as well. And he's like been ever present, really. I mean, it's weird. It's just weird. It's not like a celebrity that's been on the scene for a few years. This is someone that I've been aware of my whole life. 99 years old, served in World War II. I was talking on the member stream about how, like, you got the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and how much good that's done for, like, young people. And I know that he said stuff, and I know that, like, he's out of touch and all this kind of stuff. But it's sad. It's really sad. It was really nice, actually, to see a lot of, like, football teams, like Man United, Man City, a lot of big UK celebrities, just paying their respects. Just paying their respects. So it was really sad. It was really, really sad. And I'm really sad for the Queen as well, because now she's like in a castle on her own. Do you know what I mean? Just her and Ghost Bananas. So I kind of feel that, she's going to really feel that loss. And I think everyone loves the Queen. Well, maybe not everyone. But, sad. It was really sad news. Draven Dresden says, normally I have to work till 10 on Saturday and Sunday, but work gave me this weekend off after I showed them the Fiend mask that I'd bought earlier this year. Was that because they were like, oh, you're a bit weird. You don't need to come into work anymore. Have you lost your job? Is that what's happened? You're saying they've given you the weekend off, but they've actually just let you go. Shout out to you, Draven. That's very, very cool. I always, when I was like working in retail, it was always like a really big deal if you could get those kind of weekends off. And there's always a million people that want the same weekend off as well. So good move by showing them how big of a fan you are by showing them a mask. Did you wear the mask? Did you put your boss in a Sister Abigail? Tamina pushes down Nia. Nia looking shocked. Nia coming back at... whoa, look at that! This is a fired up, angry, no fear Tamina. Look at Simpinord. Simpinord's like, ladies! Oh, he's loving this. Tamina's grabbed him. Shayna's grabbed his leg. Reginald Simpinord being grabbed by loads of women. So, Tamina versus Nia. Do you know what? This is actually, I don't know why, but I can't stop watching. Kick to the back by Nia. Tamina down. Days, do you know if they're going to do a women's battle royal? There hasn't been one announced. No, there hasn't been one announced. Might be a good thing to do on Raw. Days, do you know... Oh, I've read that. Days, the match is family versus family. What does Roman think about this? Don't think he'll care. Survival of the fittest. He wants them to be ready for war if ever they're needed. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to be bothered. Into the corner goes Tamina. Nia charges over, shoulder first. Tamina moves out the way. Draven Dresden says, I 100% did not mandible claw anyone with the gloves. You lost your job, didn't you? They let you go, didn't they? You mandible clawed your boss, didn't you? That's how you got the weekend off. Natalya comes around. She grabs Shayna, pulls Shayna down. Shayna hurls the boat into the steps. Tomorrow as well, it's the Blue Emu 500, guys. The Blue Emu. My favorite emus are the blue ones. The blue emu 500. Get excited. 500 blue emus running around a NASCAR track. Shayna getting involved, and it's a DQ. Natalya jumping in, so this thing has really broken down. Shayna going against the ropes. Out the ring, though. Nia, Shayna, Simpinald are all regrouping. Tamina and Natalya in the ring. Did you see she picked her up, says Brad? Emus, apparently so. Yeah, apparently so. Backstage with Kayla. Didn't get a raise. Just wear your heel gloves to work. You know what to do, says Darth. Yes, that'll do it. Right, here's the Riot Squad. Oh, my girl. Here is Billy and Carmella. Okay, so they're talking to... She's talking to the Riot Squad. Yeah. Four other teams, so they have just added them into the match, but not announced it. They said you've got to get through 4 other teams, so... Yeah. I like this. Carmella says Mella is money. Billy Kay's doing like a Damien Sandow thing. So like Carmella's doing all this and Billy Kay's like... Right, all the teams here. So Carmella and Billy Kay have been added. Oh, I am getting Mizdow vibes from Carmella and Billy Kay. I love it. Sign me up. Sign up. What's their team called? I'm their biggest fan now. I'm going to start a Stan account. Another one. I'm going to do one for the Big E video package. I'm doing one for this. Tamina's got Liv. Throws her into that trunk. Here's Natalya. Mandy Rose gets thrown into that trunk as well. Tamina and Natalya stand tall. Are those going to be the winners? Are those going to be the winners? They've just laid everyone out here. Billy Kay is down as well. Someone help Billy Kay! Someone help Billy Kay! Where's the resume? He's never competed in a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. He's been in WWE for 10 years. Is this the example we want for our children? This is good. This is an announcement paid for by Seth Rollins. This is good. So we're seeing how Cesaro has failed, but how Seth has... Look at that picture there of Seth meeting a fan. Embrace the vision. That's actually genuinely funny. This ad has been paid for by friends of Seth Rollins and is in no way directly related to Seth Rollins. That was good. That was really good. I'm enjoying tonight. They should be called the Fabulous Fatales. Oh, I like that. Sweats Peely, I like that. The Fabulous Fatales. Hey, here's Edge. Edge coming down, looking cool. Got a white jacket, black jeans, black t-shirt, white trainers, and a chair. Edge on his way. I'm sure we're going to be seeing Roman at some point as well. On this day, the chairman of WWE says not freeze. James Chadwick says, "Days, imagine if Trish and Lita are surprise entries in the tag team gauntlet. That would be good. That would be good." Billie Kay might be betrayed. Oh, I was loving her with Carmella. I was loving the way Carmella was doing things, and then Billie would watch her and trying to copy along. As I said, real strong Miz style vibes. Limited edition NFTs. Yeah, these, I don't know if you've heard about these NFTs. So let me try and explain these because they go live tomorrow at 10:30. They are not cheap, right? So there's lots of different options. The most expensive option, you bid for it, and the starting bid is $10,000. That's the starting bid for the most expensive option. And then you've got other options. What you get for the most expensive option is you get a video message from The Undertaker. You get to go front row tickets for WrestleMania 38 and put in a hotel and everything. You also get a signed belt that's got your name etched on side plates. So you get that as well. I mean, actually, it's not too bad, right? The other thing, though, the big thing, well, not the big thing, but the whole point they're doing it is, I believe you get a moment. So this is a whole new industry that's starting, right? NFTs. So this is where, and I hope I've got this right. So what they're starting to do now is sell moments. So when Edge returned at the Royal Rumble 2020, okay? Or when AJ Styles arrived at the Royal Rumble in 2016. Well, they are going to sell that moment, right? You're not really getting anything. It's so strange. You're not really getting anything, but there is a record online that says who owns each moment, and your name could be on it there. You could own it. You don't get to say what happens with it. You don't get to choose who can watch it and who can't watch it. You don't get to choose what WWE do with it and what they don't do with it. So it's kind of questionable as to what you actually get for your money. But they're starting to sell moments. So that moment of AJ arriving, you could own it. Your name could be attached to it online. So you'd look and see who owns that, and then it would be you. So yeah, it's really weird. It's really, really weird thing. I saw someone talking about it. There's someone that owns like a slam dunk from the basketball from the NBA. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was like Jordan. I think it might have been like a Jordan moment. They own it. They don't get to choose what happens with it. But if ever they want to sell it, they're saying like the more people watch that moment, the more that moment matters. They think they'll make money. They think that moment will be more valuable. So I don't know. I can't quite tell if it's just a fad or if it's something that's going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to catch fire and people are going to really get into it. So WWE for the first time are going to be selling these NFTs. So I'm quite interested by it. I'm quite interested. Who's got 10K to blow on wrestling? Oh, there's many people. Think about all the sports stars and investment bankers. That's what it is. It's an investment. You're investing your money, hoping that it'll be worth more in the future. Basically, I spent money on time. NFTs are basically a scam. They're bad for the environment. No joke, says Nico Guy. That's interesting. Imagine owning the Nia Jax My Hole moment. Exactly. Who doesn't want to own that? My Hole! Wrestling days. Dave in real life. You see, honestly, if you owned that, I'd be like, how much do you want? How much do you want? Just tell me the price. Just tell me the price, Dave. So this is a very passionate promo from Edge. Instead of doing that, you could just send me 10K, says Eric. There is always that. It's like WWE are taking 10 grand for nothing. What a joke, says Greg. I think that's why they have done the... Well, you can have front row tickets for WrestleMania. You can get a video message from The Undertaker. You can get this signed belt that's got side plates. I think that's why they've thrown in a few other things, because it is still strange. It is still strange that you're basically not really getting anything for your money apart from your name being registered on a moment. So, but it is an emerging market. It's not just WWE that are doing it. As we said, but I know basketball are doing it. And I don't know, is it the future of collecting? I don't know. I'm really torn on it. I kind of get it. But, I mean, like, if you just spend that money, what would you show? I don't know. It's kind of, if you buy a painting, you can put it on your wall, can't you? Do you know what I mean? If you buy a figure, you can display it. With this, what do you do? So Edge is talking about how Daniel doesn't deserve to be in this match, and obviously it's resulted in Edge having an edge. Anna says the only moment I want is the Titus World Slide. This is the point, though. This is the point, and you are absolutely right. Those moments people are going to want, and that's where it, I don't want to say works, but that's where you can see it making sense. Do you know what I mean? It's just owning a random Edge promo, who cares? But that moment, you would imagine a lot of people want their name attached to that, and a lot of people want to say they own that moment. There's only one person in the world that can own each moment, and it gets recorded in like a ledger that the whole world can see. It's kind of built on the same idea as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and it's like this brand new emerging industry. But I don't know. I mean, if it takes off, if the kids today decide that is the cool way forward, then could these be like the next Pokemon cards? I don't know. Anadors, it's a great point. Edge has been screwed out of his one-on-one match, says James Tradrick. Kieran said, I feel like Edge is more focused on Bryan than Roman. Elder says, you should get something to display it. Well, it's worth saying that the 10 grand one is the top tier, but there's cheaper options underneath. Each one gets a different moment and different NFT. I don't know if you get to choose it. I don't know if you're just given one. I think each one is to do with the Undertaker. That's why it's all Undertaker themed. So each one gets a different NFT moment. And it's yours. It's your name next to it. It's the first time they've ever done anything like it. I'm not tempted to get one, but I'm just intrigued to see how much interest there is and see what people actually get. You know, I'm just intrigued by it. I'm just interested by it. Isn't it strange that we can go from like talking quite deep financial investments, talking like that, but then on the same stream we will talk about Ghost Bananas? I love the flexibility that these streams have. You never know when you join it. I mean, when I start streaming, if you join us, or when I even start streaming, Even I don't know where the conversation is going. It goes where it goes, and we just follow it. We're slaves to the conversation. "9 years, triple fusion in my neck. You have got no idea." Edge with tears coming to his eyes. You think I'm going to phone it in? I am competing at a level that no one has ever competed at after coming back from this type of injury. Very passionate. Wonderful promo. I'm not giving it the respect it deserves. Yeah, sorry. He says, "I demand the respect I deserve." Just as I said, I'm not giving it the respect it deserves. Sorry, Edge. Sorry, Edge. Have I even put that this is an Edge promo? I haven't. Look, this is a prime example right here. This is a prime example. I haven't even put that it's Edge doing a promo. Sorry, Edge. He's upset anyway. Sorry, sir. Sorry. Now he's going to manifest it. He's got a manifesto. He's crazed. He's just staring off into the distance, thinking about Ghost Bananas and how do they sink ships again? He is crazed. Crazed, I tell you. That's really good promo. I'm sorry, sir. I don't think Edge and Roman lost his title. I'm going for Daniel. You think Daniel wins, David Robert Wood? You might be the first person that I've seen call for Daniel. Noah says Drew McIntyre owned by Noah. You want that one? You want the Drew McIntyre moment? It's the comedy moments that are going to get the most money, aren't they? It is definitely the comedy moments. I'd be quite happy with like a Billy Kay resume moment. I don't care which one, really. Just like Billy Kay going, I'll give you like £10 for that. If it comes with the signed resume. No halftime scores. We do have halftime scores. As soon as we go to the next commercial break, which is coming up because we're seeing Sasha chatting away to Kayla. Days, I need a Lana through a table moment, says Ghost Player. Right, get in your scores. Robin said, what's your thoughts on Chomper? Love him. I think he's a great wrestler. I think it's right he lost. I think he's very versatile. I think you can always move him back to the main event scene. I think there's loads you can do. It's a bit like the AJ Styles. I know he works a slightly different style. He doesn't come launching and springboarding and stuff like that. But like the AJ in the sense of he's very versatile. You can put him in tag team stuff. You can have him working with newcomers. He's got experience of being the champion. You can do it all. He's a ring general kind of a thing, you know. He's the kind of guy that can carry a match. So I like him, rate him. Right. Ian says 725. J14 says 7. Noah City on Tour says 8. Today says 5.5. Austin says 7. LD Cool says 8. Sunny says 7. Dravden says 6.5. Fun Game says 8. Brony says 7.5. Scott Turner says 7. John says 6.75. Anna says 5.5. Hayden with a 7. Going Ghost says, you missed my super chat. Super chat. Going Ghost, your super chat said, and the new WWE champion, rated R superstar, Edge. Can't wait to see him win the title. I think he will. I think you're right. Who said, hang on, who said 10 out of 10? Edward says 10 out of 10. Kieran says 7.5. Robert says 9. Brandon says 9. Richard says 6.75. Noah says 7. Kieran 7.5. Jordan 6.5. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, says Swordblade. Ghost Banana gives it a 5. Brony says 7.5. Sohan says 10. Harley says really good promo at the start. Good tag match. Nia versus Tamina was but another very good promo by Edge. I honestly think this is 7.5. George says 6. Chance says 7. Harry Richards says 8. Scott Turner with a 7. David Robert Wood says 7.5. The Great Boat. Oh, got to keep them away from Ghost Banana. Says 8. Travis says 7. Shaquem says 7. David Conley says 6.5. Revo says 7. Trey says 6.5. Greg says that Sonya comment makes me think they'll make it a triple threat elimination match. Yes, that would be an interesting development, wouldn't it? I think that would be better, actually. If they make it an elimination match, I would enjoy that more, because right now I'm expecting Daniel to take the pin. So, and I think they know that people want it as a Roman Edge one-on-one match. So I think in order to not cheat us, it could be, if they make it elimination, Daniel goes, and then it is straight one-on-one. So, honestly, I never thought of them doing that. But if they do make it a triple threat elimination, WrestleMania gets even more exciting. Because right now I'm adamant that Daniel wins. Daniel gets pinned, and Edge wins. So yeah, if they do make it elimination, that would be awesome. Spam Arnold Schwarzenegger, says Chris. Ghost Banana versus Rambling Rabbit. Okay, we're just hearing. Sasha says, do you honestly think I care about what Bianca's got to say? No. The conversation. Bianca might be the EST, but she's not the best. I am. I know tomorrow Bianca's going to give me her all. I want that. I welcome that. She talks about doing it boss style. This is a really good promo. She says, I'm going to be the BEST. It's a good promo. Had a little arrogance to it. She's definitely going in as the heel. So, Banks versus Belair. AJ will become a Grand Slam champion tomorrow, says Cheeseman Wrestling. So you're paying for merch, not the moment. That's the stupidest thing I've heard of, says Heather. If we do have any members of the channel as well that didn't send through their predictions for this weekend, it is worth mentioning. We've still got some spots open for members for the prediction game and the tournament. I'm just seeing we have had a few more come through, actually. That's good. That's good. So, yes, we are getting some more through. But there are still spots, if you are a member of the channel, for the prediction game. We are now looking at the feud between Bobby and Drew. Little video package. They're basically just previewing all of the big matches. Going through everything. Building up the hype. Because, of course, WrestleMania tomorrow. Make sure you've got Peacock in the US. Make sure it works. I've got no doubt Sasha retains, says David Connolly. Trent says, I'm guessing that the Battle Royal is the main event. Big return or debut incoming. Don't know. I don't know who's in the Battle Royal. I think there's like 22 names, which obviously makes you think there's gonna be a few more added. I haven't seen them that announce that a few more have been added. So there could be a few surprises. If Drew wins tomorrow, we will have 4 champions in 4 months, says Andrus. Yeah, that would suck. That would suck. I don't like how often the title has been chucked around. Days, what's your thoughts on NXT? I thought they were awesome. I thought both nights recently were great, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do on a Tuesday. Look at what I sent you on Twitter. What is it, bud? What is it? Peter said, Days, WWE 2K going to make an announcement at WrestleMania tomorrow about the new game. What, they're going to do that at WrestleMania or before WrestleMania? Because people are going to be very, very interested in that. Very, very interested in that. Days, how are you doing? I'm good. I'm feeling a little bit better from COVID. Still got a bit to go. Matt Handy, shout out to you, buddy. Yeah, Brax, shout out to you. Yeah. The entrance stage looking really, really good. We did show a picture of it at the start, and it looks awesome. Russell says, hello, Days. I had a good moment on the WWE Network when I watched all of 2015, 2019 pay-per-views, and NXT TakeOver. What was your favorite moments on the network? I love the documentaries. I think that a lot of the shows I've already seen, certainly when it comes to WWE. So going back and revisiting them is cool. But I think the documentaries, they just smash it out the park. If you've not seen like the Bruno Sammartino one or the Alondra Blaze one, I mean, there's loads. There's loads. I mean, obviously they did a great Yokozuna one. I know they've just uploaded a Beth Phoenix one. There's loads. There's hundreds. I've never seen a bad one. Never seen a bad one. So if you want to learn a little bit more about wrestling and learn a little bit more about the superstars, then the documentaries are a great way to go. Right. I know we're not talking much about what's happening. That's because there's not much happening. We're just getting a lot of video packages. It's worth remembering this is still a go-home show. So, again, you know, we've just had a video package about Bobby Lashley and Drew. Now we're moving on to a video package about Sammy and Kevin. So, and obviously we've got Logan involved and that great Kevin Owens shirt, which is awesome. WrestleMania, KO Mania 5. So we're just seeing the build for that. Trent says, Eric from the Viking Raiders is on the list for the Battle Royal. We haven't seen him in a while. Daniel said, I'm glad that the stage looks good and that they didn't do a boring stage like WrestleMania 35. Ibrahim said, Days, are Carmella and Kay in the tag team turmoil? Yes, I believe so. They said that they were going to have to beat 4 other teams, which means another team has been added, because that means that there's 5 teams in the turmoil now. So, yeah, I think it looks like they have. We just haven't seen the graphic yet. Oh, we did. We did see a graphic, but it was last week. Days, The Undertaker is going to be the cover star for 2K22. That would be cool. Jim Gore said KO should have stunned Logan Paul. Logan Paul is on the match graphic, says Chalmers. Yeah, that's strange, isn't it? That's strange. I suppose it's understandable as well because they want you to know he's there, but he's not. He's only been invited to come down to ringside, so it is. Yeah. We all know why they're doing it. We've got Logan, we've got Jake. If you haven't seen this clip, they shared it on social media. I think it was a .com exclusive of Sammy visiting them. I want the Alexa Bliss Fastlane pin moment, says John Cena Gamer. Jake Paul. Jake's on my TV. Hey, that's not far off, is it? Is that next weekend? Is that next Friday or something? Next Saturday? I think it's next Saturday. Get Jake out of here. That was hilarious, says Harley. Oh, here's Sammy. Sammy says you're not showing Logan giving hell to those security guards. Sammy's like, everything's fine between me and the Pauls. You're only showing select footage. Michael Cole's like, okay. Checking his watch. They're playing music and we're going to the Battle Royale. Right, Battle Royale time. Kevin Owens attacking Sammy as people are making their way down for the Battle Royal. Why is he so angry? Why is Kevin Owens so angry? Desperately trying to get his hands on Sammy. Right, Andre the Giant, we're having a quick scan and there's no one jumping out yet. That's surprising. There's no one jumping out that's Andre the Battle Royal. Andre the Battle Royal. So it looks like Roman's going to main event tonight's show with a promo. Who spells battle with 2 L's? Do you know what? This guy spells battle with 2 L's. Battle Royale. Andre the Battle Royale. I don't even know if Royale spelled that way. I think it's got an E at the end, doesn't it, for Royale? Might not even. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't know what's happening now. Andre the Battle Royale. Tucker looks slim. Has he been working out? And that's hard as well. Spending that long in catering and looking slimmer, that is a true achievement. He should be very, very proud of himself. Spending that much time in catering and actually losing weight. What a ledge. Battle Royale. Happy birthday to Sunny Wolf as well. Sunny Wolf's birthday. I don't know if I mentioned it on this Smackdown stream. Sunny Wolf. Her birthday. And she is 12. 12 today, Sunny Wolf. For those of you that Sunny Wolf fans out there, she is now old enough to watch a film. I can't find a single film that's 12. Honestly, I must just have filth on the shelves. All mine are like 18s and 15. What can you watch this 12? What can you watch this 12? Certainly nothing in my house. I know that much. I've got to have something that's 12. Well, you can watch Les Miserables. I can tell you that now. Is there anything? Oh, guys, I'm just surrounded with absolute filth. Absolute filth. You can't watch any of my films. I'll tell you that much. You can watch How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your... Why have I got that? Why have I got season 1 of How I Met Your Mother? Why do I don't... That's not mine. I don't know where that's... It's not mine, guys. It's not mine. But for some reason, on my shelf is How I Met Your Mother. That's a 12. So you can watch that. Santa's Little Helper with Paige. That's a 12. Dude, you should do that. Now that you're 12, you can watch Santa's Little Helper with Paige. I don't even know if I've seen it. Shinsuke. Although you can't come round my house, I'm sorry. I've got unspeakable things on film. I'm just surrounded by 18s. You can go now, guys. You can go. Thank you. You can go. King Corbin making his way down. King Corbin is in this. Rated R days. Yes, star. On this days, I see clearly. Right, Hulk Hogan, Titus O'Neil, they are what I like to call WrestleMania hosts. Fun fact, today is Bianca Belair's birthday as well. I bet she's older than 12. The birthday girl says, I have Shinsuke winning. Can I get a shout out, says Michael. Michael, shout out to you. Chalmers says, I feel one more is coming out. I'm coming out. Who's it going to be? Days the Rated R Blaze. That's where I left my copy of How I Met Your Mother Season 1. It does have a sticker on the side saying Jim Gore. Yeah, it is. It's yours. The greatest wrestler of all time, the man that will beat Volta, Baron the King Corbin. I think Taker's retirement ceremony should have been at Mania. So, you know, Lacey is having thyroid problem. No. Suffering during a pregnancy. Let's all wish her the best. I didn't know that. There is... look, it's cool, isn't it? Any chance to mention Andre or any old school wrestling is cool, because we never do. It looks like a cake. Does anyone else think it looks like a cake? That trophy it doesn't look like that's not metal, is it? It must be like a plastic to make it light to lift. I bet it's a sham. I bet there's a lot of plastic on that trophy. Because it's such a big trophy. I bet they've made it light. It might even be inflatable. But it doesn't look like it's made of, like, wood or anything, or metal. It's cool. Jey Uso. It's so prestigious that it can't even get onto WrestleMania. 2K have said they'll be announcing the game tomorrow at WrestleMania. They said that, as they did say, don't miss it. Listened to a whole Bad Bunny song earlier, and all I felt was shame that I bopped my head. Darth, what are you doing? It's one thing to actually do that, but to then come online and admit it, it's a hard thing to live down. The Great Boat says the Great Boat versus Ghost Banana in a hardcore match for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think I've moved on. I want to see the Great Boat versus... Well, no, actually, I was going to say Natalia, but that would be Boat versus Great Boat. In fact, I still want to see that. Boat versus Great Boat. Right, we're still not starting with this. We're still running down the card for WrestleMania. Days, I want Jimmy Uso to face Jey Uso. It's made out of premium mustard. I'm sure if it was cake, Otis will have eaten it by now. Come on, Shinsuke! Shinsuke, Shinsuke, Shinsuke. So, in this match, guys, we have got men. So, we are underway. Gulak, T-Bar, Mace, Ali, Jey Uso, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Jackson Riker, King Corbin, Ricochet, Angel Garza, Elias, Eric, Humberto Carrillo. Akira Tozawa is eliminated. Akira Tozawa is not winning this, guys. Who's getting pounded on there? Is that Tucker? Is that Tucker? I will never fight my son, says the Great Boat. Days, do you think back in the day during the Attitude Era, if Omos had debuted, Vince would have promoted him as a Black Andre? I don't think so, because Big Show in WCW was promoted as Andre's son, and Vince didn't carry that on, so I don't think so. Right, we got Hurt Business. I mean, the problem with this is, what do you get if you win? What do you get? You get a big trophy and a gentle applause. Shelton Benjamin has been eliminated. Cedric Alexander's been eliminated. So the good times for those two continue. And we are going to commercial break. Chalmers says, yay! Umberto Carrillo is there. Michael says, Days, sorry I missed the stream. I was busy meeting Sting. That's cool. Shout out to you. It's been a decent show. It's been all right. I've been entertained. I mean, honestly, could have just been 2 hours of static, and I'm not sure I would have cared, because I'm ecstatic for WrestleMania this weekend. WrestleMania, you can purchase it as a separate pay-per-view for $19.95. Dave in Real Life says, Jobber Battle Royal. Wasabi01 says, oh no, they went to commercial. In the channel I am watching, I am from Argentina. So that's Fox Sports 2. Shout out to you, Wasabi01. That's very, very cool. Coming from Argentina. Love it. BBB Yipsy says, Days, Tugboat versus Ghost Banana. Well, we all know how that would go. Shazib said, are they doing the Andre the Battle Royal now? Yes. Sonny asks, is Shinsuke still in? He is. Cheeseman said, nothing important has happened tonight. That's true. I didn't expect anything. No, it's go home, innit? It's the go home, so they're just doing go home things. Is Big Match Mansoor in it? Oh, that is a big question, Jim. I don't think so. I think he's too dominant. If Big Match Mansoor is in it, he wins it. Simple. Done. So, yeah, I think he's too dominant. I'm going to buy every moment from WrestleMania and find a way so that no one but me can watch them, says XFL. That is a brilliant plan, and I think you'll have the full support of the whole wrestling community. Can you buy all of King Corbin's moments and then find a way of making sure that we don't watch them? Thank you. I think Austin would buy all of King Corbin's moments, in all fairness. I think he is a fan. I think he is the only fan. Sonny says, bless you as well. Dave, seeing your excitement for Mania, what would you have done if Connor versus Dustin 3 was at the same time? I'd watch them both. I'd watch them both at the same time. It's fine. We can work around problems. Mansoor is too good to be a jobber in a battle royal, says Amir Al Shazli. Camvlogs says no kickoff matches tonight because they're planning that big first entrance, which is believed to be Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley kicking off the show. Watching your stream from Sweden. Shout out to Sweden. Of course, right now in my mind, you're in a hot tub. Right now, you are surrounded by beautiful women or men or both in a sauna, maybe a hot tub. You've got ABBA playing. You're eating sausage. Don't know why, but you are. And maybe there's an IKEA just over the road. It's a flat pack sauna. It's a flat pack hot tub that you're in. But it works. It's got a good warranty. It's got a wacky name. It's probably called the Reginald. And it was a great price. Great price. You don't regret it. And you're actually thinking of adding even more. So in my mind, that's what's happening right now. Please respond. BBB Ipsy says Dave's more likely to make an appearance at WrestleMania, Ronda or Becky. Becky. Chalmers says, take me back to Papa Ziggler and Papa Rude. Shout out from Winnipeg in Canada, says Ian Alexander. Shout out to Canada. We got a few people that join us from Canada. I know that because they're the polite people in the chat. Which, you know, is quite rare. Everyone else is just a absolute rabble. But, yeah, we tend to have some nice polite people, and they always tend to be from Canada. So, shout out to you, buddy. Mr. Rotella says, Dancing Queen. Wow, our Queen's not dancing. Not today. Morning Queen, that's what we've got. Which was a lesser-known hit for ABBA, in all fairness. T-Bar and Mace. Oh, Ali eliminates Mace. Ali eliminates Mace. That's right. He got some retribution on retribution. Retribution inception. Retroception. He just got some retroception. And guys, if you're thinking about having a baby, make sure that you use retroception. T-Bar's gone as well. Actually, thinking about it, if you don't want a baby, you should use retroception. You shouldn't use retroception if you want a baby. Oh, I don't know how babies work. That's what I've just learned. I don't know what all this baby talk's about. I don't even know why you brought it up. Trying to get the lucha thing going. Come on, yeah, come on, yeah. Come on. No. Big chop to Kalisto. They were starting the Lucha House Party chant, but no, they've just turned on Kalisto here. Everyone hates everyone. I don't know what's going on. This is like watching Twitter. Nice top rope enziguri. Kalisto gets eliminated. Oh, Grand Metalik eliminates Lindsay. Grand Metalik. King Corbin charges into the corner. The lucha thingy. Kalisto is out. Logan says, Days, UFC is brought forward to 4:30 tomorrow. So you might have to reschedule that stream. Oh, they just are so determined for me to get no sleep. Aren't they? They are absolutely determined for me to get no sleep. I've still got so much research to do for that. It sucks. It all sucks. Everything sucks. But equally, I'm really excited. Doing lucha things, says Dave in real life. Clint says, how do you watch SmackDown on the network? You can't, Clint. You can't. The TV companies pay lots of money to have them, so they do go on the network, but in about a month later. To watch live, you have to watch on like Sky Sports or BT Sport or Fox Sports or whatever it's called. Or Fox. Days, I'm watching from Jamaica, says Shamar. Are you? That is very cool. That is very cool. My dad wants to go to Jamaica. It's his life dream. So I think he will. I think he will. He's talking of retiring and having a holiday in Jamaica. And I think I might get dragged along. So Jamaica may be in my future. Fast Fire Wrestling says, honestly, this SmackDown has just been ads, graphic cards, and WrestleMania match video packages. Capsman says, Caps win! 4-3, yes! Come on, Caps! It's about time that Caps get the respect that they're due, because honestly, the world has been so into beanies. I mean, I've been a big fan of beanies, but there's been a lot of support for cowboy hats, for top hats, there's so much support for lots of different headwear. Caps really don't get the support they're due, and it's great to see them finally getting a victory tonight. So well done, Caps, having a great night tonight, finally getting the recognition that they deserve. Oh my God. Dada Days in Jamaica. I need this to happen. He needs it to happen. If anyone is interested, Impact Wrestling's Hardcore Justice is on tomorrow at 3 Eastern. So there we go, Jim Gore. Jim Gore giving you an Impact Wrestling update. Days, I just thought of something. Ghost Banana was the culprit of Joe Biden on the stairs. Yes. Days, I'm watching from my living room, says Moldy Spoon. Shout out to you. I heard Becky will return at Mania on Bailey's Ding Dong Hello show, says James. Days, I'm watching from Antarctica, says Harley. I'm watching from Australia, says Bowen. This has now turned into a new thing, hasn't it? Where's people watching from? Sweden versus USA tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow on Fox, Sweden versus USA. I don't know what sport, it didn't say. But Sweden versus USA. We won't have it. We've got people joining us from Sweden in the chat, as we know. We got people from the USA, so I don't want any arguing. Big boot by Murphy. We're down to about 6 people. We've got Angel Garza. Murphy eliminated. Murphy eliminated. I'm watching in England, says David Robert Woods. LSW is watching from Jupiter. Go Sweden, says Eric. Sweden versus USA. Football, 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 football. Okay. So it looks like it's a baseball game. Knee strike by Shinsuke. How's your day been? It's been all right, man. We've got less than 20 minutes to go of SmackDown. Super excited for tomorrow. It's a shame that this Battle Royal hasn't felt a bit bigger. We've got Corbin. We've got Ali. We've got Ricochet. We've got Shinsuke. We've got Jey Uso. We're down to 5. Ricochet, Ali on the edge of the ring. Ali picking up Ricochet. Fighting on the edge. Knee strike by Ricochet. Ricochet looking for... Nice. So Ali eliminated. Head scissor takedown to the outside. We're down to 4. We've got Ricochet, Corbin, Jey Uso, Shinsuke, super kick by Jey Uso. Ricochet's eliminated. We're down to 3. We're down to 3. Shinsuke was my pick from the start. Many people's picks from the start. Come on, Shinsuke. Shinsuke in there with Jey Uso. King Corbin. Ricochet is out. Ali deserves better, says Sam. Super kick, says Chalmers. Super kick by Jay. Corbin holds on. Corbin holds on. Jay holds on. Shinsuke knee strike. Corbin's gone. We're down to Shinsuke and Jey Uso. Shinsuke and Jey Uso. Up on the shoulders, back elbows coming in by Shinsuke. Quick strikes, big forearm strike by Shinsuke. High kick, nice. Excellent work. Jey Uso goes down. He's backing up, looking for the Kinshasa. He's going for the Kinshasa. Jey Uso gets up. Oh, super kick. Super kick by Jey. Kinshasa! Jey Uso goes down. Shinsuke goes to hurl him. No, reverses. Oh, Shinsuke eliminated. Jey Uso is victorious. The Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner. Not my pick. It is Jey Uso. Jey Uso wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He stands next to The trophy is looking at everyone that's won it in the past. Cesaro, Big Show, Baron Corbin, Braun Strowman. Yes! Yeah! Woo! It's a surprise, isn't it? And now down comes the big dog. He doesn't deserve it, says Salary. That was a surprise, wasn't it? Acknowledge me, says his shirt. Acknowledge me. That's the kind of thing I would imagine someone at a shop would wear if they're like a helper. Do you know what I mean? If there's someone that works in a shop that is there for customer service purposes. Do you know what I mean? Like they walk around with a clipboard. And their shirt says, here to help. Acknowledge me. Oh, hello. Do you work here? I do, yes. Welcome to Barry Bananas. Yeah, I'm after like a 20 pack. Have you got like 20 bananas all in one pack at all? Yes, we do have a 20 pack section just over here. They are a little more pricey because they do refuse to go on boats. Yeah, I'm not sure about that shirt. Great for customer service purposes, though. Absolutely wonderful. Maybe if you're like a boss in a shop or something, you might want to buy your employees, like each one. Just buy each one an employee, and then as they're working on the shop floor, do you know what I mean? Sales go through the roof. How long we got? 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Roman's Tribal Emporium, says Miss Clown One. For all your tribal needs. Jay deserved it after losing to everyone, says Cheeseman Wrestling. Warsaw till I die, says Brian is just ruining the Roman Edge feud. It would be great without him. Days, what was better, Pete Dunne, Finn Balor, or Karrion Kross, Finn Balor? About the same, I think. About the same. If someone had a gun to my head, I'd say Karrion Kross, Finn Balor, and I'd also say put the gun away, please. I probably wouldn't say that, actually, thinking about it. Acknowledge me, says Capsman09. Can we see Ghost Banana? No one can see Ghost Banana. That's kind of how it works. Brian did ruin the feud, says Austin316. Brian is making it better, says Harley. Alan says, come on then, Tribal Chief, say something. If you're gonna say something, do it now. Right. Roman Reigns promo. This is what's going to close out the show. Roman's Tribal Warehouse and Emporium. Brian did ruin the food. Brian's making it pet. So we got a little mini argument rumbling along about Daniel Bryan. Brony said, taking the title off Roman is such a bad move. He is literally doing the best work of his career besides the Shield and looks like a complete beast. He deserves to be champion, not a 47-year-old man. Is he a 40? He's not 47. He's not 47, surely. There wasn't really a feud before Daniel, says Cheeseman. I think Daniel made the feud better. That's just my opinion. Edge's timing is up. Roman should win. Chalmers says, where's Jimmy? Wasn't he supposed to cut a promo? I don't know. We saw him at Hell in a Cell. I don't know what he's been doing. Sasha's promo makes it all better, says Grant. New merch in preparation for him losing the title. Feb074 says, Days, I wonder if next time Murphy makes an entrance and they show the infographic, they'll put kissing Aaliyah Mysterio in his achievements. It is probably the highlight of his wrestling career. Edge is a better speaker than Roman, says Philip. Won't mind Roman versus Edge happens at SummerSlam, where Roman can win it back, says Yitin. I like that, yeah. I think that'll be probably the way they go. Do the big rematch with Roman winning it back. Right, The Rock is 48, says Cheeseman Wrestling. You suck is being piped in. Less than 12 minutes to go. We've got the Andre the Giant winner. Standing next to Roman. Standing next to Paul. Would be nice if Roman congratulated Jay, wouldn't it? I'm annoyed that I even have to be here. I'm not a politician. I'm not running for president. It's a great first line. It's a great first line. I can lose even if I'm not pinned. How can this be right? I might as well state the obvious. I'm going to show up and win at the main event on Sunday night. Show day is the easy day. Hey, I love it how he turns to Paul and says these things, and Paul's like, yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. It is. It is. Everyone knows that. Show day is the easy day. Everyone knows that. Roman is spitting facts. Roman is too good for us, says Nando. The fact Becky is supposedly WWE's biggest star and we haven't really missed her says a lot about WWE's star-making abilities, says Feb. Let him in, says fake you suck chance. He says, since SummerSlam, I've been doing this on a consistent basis. It is true. He has been back for a long time, and it doesn't really feel it. I know he's had a couple of feuds, but it still feels like we haven't even started to explore this character. Who do you think changed the ratings for this show? Who made this title relevant? Did he change the ratings? I actually don't know if they did drastically improve when he returned. That'd be interesting to look at. That would be interesting. Is this your dream? Is this what you want, DB? I hope that the Four Horsewomen will have a feud soon. Says Grant. And now they're piping in a "you tapped out" chant. I don't know if that's what fans would chant, is it? Maybe it is. I just think they'd be cheering wildly. I would. I love you. I love you, Roman. I'd be running around the crowd punching anyone that was chanting "you tapped out." I'd be like, what are you saying? Did you say it as well? Just going around knocking everyone out. Well, try it. Well, no, I'm not. They wouldn't even know I was doing it. I'd just be a little irritant. It's good. It's perfectly fine. Brony said he did not tap out. There was no official to see a tap out. Plus also, the way his hand did it, it looked like it was just shaking more than he was tapping. If he was tapping it, it'd be like really obvious. But it was kind of like... his hand was shaking. That is all. I'm annoyed I even have to be here. That is owned by Noah. It doesn't quite work that way, Noah. You don't get to just write the bits that you now own. But it's a great, great attempt. Wait till you see what happens next. He says he's not a dreamer. Dreamers are selfish. Everything he touches has got purpose. He's turned to Paul. I save careers. Right, Paul? Like mine. Like mine. I save careers. Right, Paul? Yes, sir. Like mine. Like mine. You saved my career. I save careers. Right, Paul? I'm not going to make your dreams come true. I'm going to crush them. Paul Heyman is the absolute unsung hero, and he's an unsung hero that gets sung about. But, I mean, like, you just can't put a price on what he brings to this. Roman promo on repeat, says Heather. Days, if you read this, Connor Dustin 3 has been confirmed for July 10th. Chixis, thank you very much. I didn't realize it was July. I knew it was summertime. Summer, summer, summertime. It's going to be good. Acknowledge me. You will acknowledge me. Dun, 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 dun. Are Ghost Bananas your only food in the UK? And donuts? Yes, it's all we have. We don't get allowed anything else. It's just literally Ghost Bananas and donuts. It's all we eat. Right. A few minutes. Are we going to end early? Are we going to have anything go down? Or... I think it's Roman's turn to beat down Edge and Bryan. Good promo, like always, says Harley. WrestleMania starts tomorrow. We got the little trademark thing in the corner. Roman making his way up the entrance ramp. Corey Graves says, now bring me WrestleMania. As the screen fades to black. The screen fades to black. And we are done for the build for this year's WrestleMania. The Sensible David said, Days, I'm drunk. Great start. That's a great start. That's a great way to start because now I'm so excited to read the rest of this message. Days, I'm drunk and I wound up here, right? In fairness, I would say that's how 99% of people in the chat wound up here. They got drunk. They made some bad decisions. They end up here, right? You're not alone. I don't even watch wrestling. I knew this would be good. I knew this would be good. Days, I'm drunk. I wound up here. I don't even watch wrestling. Since about 94. I probably should have finished the sentence. Sentence fans out there. I apologize. What's up with Vittori versus Holland? Reach versus Rage. Hang on. Sensible David, hang on. We've switched over. You're talking about, like, we've gone to UFC now. Vittori versus Holland. What's up with that? There's so much to unpack here. You're drunk. You've wound up here. You don't watch wrestling. You haven't watched wrestling since 94. And then you move immediately onto UFC. Love it. Love this comment. There's a lot to unpack. You should watch WrestleMania. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be worth it. Get drunk. You probably enjoy it. In regards to Vittori versus Holland, Reach versus Rage. Well, it's Holland that's got the reach advantage. He's got an 8-inch reach advantage. And Vittori's quite technical. Holland is very unpredictable. I don't know if it's reach versus rage or if it's technique versus unpredictability. It was meant to be Vittori versus Till, but Till is injured and so is been replaced by Holland. It's quite an intriguing matchup, in all fairness. I'm really pleased that it's on early so we get to watch it and then we can just focus on WrestleMania after. So it's quite a tasty little main event. Add in the fact that Holland embarrassed himself a couple of weeks ago when he took on Brunson and was like talking to Khabib during the match in between rounds saying, tell me some stuff, teach me some wrestling. He was saying to Khabib during the fight because Khabib was watching. He was like, can you help me out here? Give me some pointers. I mean, like, part of it's funny, but he just doesn't shut up. He doesn't stop talking. And the fact he lost was a bit cringe. So this is a chance at redemption, but taking on a fight against Vittori on such short notice, not great. But Holland is a very good fighter. He's very unpredictable. And yeah, man, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Hopefully you sober up so that you can get drunk again tomorrow and join us tomorrow for that UFC stream. It should be a good one. Right, get in your scores, my friends. Get in your scores. Shazab said, Days, what is your real name? My real name is Shazab. We've actually got the same real name. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Great Champ says 7.5 out of 10. Junior Brill says 2. Laurie says 9. Austin says 7. King Loyal says 8. What can I say? SmackDown sucked, says Cheese Whiz. I actually didn't mind it, you know. Like, I can appreciate that it was not a good SmackDown. Or that it was like, just, nah. It's just, nah. I mean, like, Andre the Giant thing, nah. Although, I suppose it was a surprise that Jay won. The tag team match, nah. Naomi Tamina, had a bit more about it than I was expecting, in all fairness. Billy backstage moment was cool. I can't remember what else happened. Like the 3 promos were good. I would say that there's enough here where this wasn't a disaster. This wasn't a disaster, but I don't know if I'm like crazy into it. 7, 8, 8, 9 says Brandon. Brandon's crazy into it. Cheeseman Wrestling says 6. 578 says Drew McIntyre. Tattoo says 9. Harley said, to the people saying there's no great feuds leading to Mania, look at this feud. Every week we get a fire story and fire promos from all 3 guys, especially tonight. Respect to all 3. 7.5. Desmond says 7. 5.78. Tattoo says 9. It was decent, says Let Him In. J14 says 7. Smackna says Blazed Radio. I'm going to say 5, says Hasib. I just didn't care. We'll see what comes tomorrow, and I can't wait. Hype Man said this was the best go home in a while, and that is true. In all fairness, that is true. This was actually a decent way, considering there was nothing that was going to change, and there was. I mean, by the time you get to the go home, it's all done. So, considering there was no surprises, considering there was no swerves, considering they just had to give you a 2-hour show, and it's like, what the flip do we do? They gave us 2 matches that could have been at Mania. They gave us, and probably would have been on the kickoff show, they gave us 3 very good promos. But a lot of video packages, and we were always going to get that. So I suppose you have to score the show with what the show was. If you look at it as a go-home, it was very good. If you look at it as a normal show, a normal SmackDown, I can understand people being like, too much video packages, stuff that I already know about. This caters to maybe a more casual audience that maybe haven't been watching each week. So you watch this to get an idea of what WrestleMania is going to be about, and it served that purpose. So, well, I don't know what I'm giving it. I might give it Ghost Banana out of 10. I'm I'm sort of torn. I'm going to go... Jay winning was a surprise, but the battle royal was a bit... Tag team match. I'm kind of pleased that we've got the champs retaining. So I'm kind of pleased at that. 3 promos were good. I'd say that takes us around a 5 at least. 5, 6 kind of ballpark for that. I don't know what else. Billy Kay was good. Takes us up to about like 6, 7, 5. So I can see why people are at 6s and 7s. I can't see. There's nothing here that gets me to an 8. Not even close. I'm torn between like I'm in the 6s. I'm in the 7s. I'll go 6, 7, 5. I'll go 6, 7, 5. But I think it's higher if you got something from the video packages. That's what I'll say. I got nothing from the video packages apart from Big E's. Oh, Big E's video package. Big E's video package was cool. Yeah. The Big E's video package. Okay. I didn't think I'd get to a 7. I was really in the 6s. I was kind of like 6.5, 6, 7, 5. Big E's video package. I really enjoyed it. I know it's very short, but I really enjoyed it, and I hope they do more. So, for a go-home show, honestly, the downside would have been even Sasha and Bianca's promos were good. It's just the amount of video packages, but for a go-home, you've got to expect it. You've got to expect it, really, for a go-home. So, yeah, okay. Right, guys, we're done. I know we're ending maybe a touch earlier than we normally would, but I need to do research for UFC. I need to do a few final little, get the tweet set up, all of that. We are back tomorrow. 2 streams tomorrow. 2 streams. UFC early. WrestleMania later. Then we've got on Sunday WrestleMania. I don't know what time we start because there's no UFC. So we could start even earlier. Absolutely huge weekend ahead. So thanks a lot for joining for this go home episode of SmackDown. I hope you had fun. I hope you're excited. Hope to see you at some point this weekend, if not the majority of this weekend. It's going to be huge. And whatever goes down, we're going to be covering it. We're going to be reacting to it. We're going to be analysing it. We're going to be talking about it, sharing our thoughts, sharing our feelings. It's going to be good, man. Super excited. So, that's it. The build is over. The time is now. Awesome, guys. Have a great evening. Appreciate the support as always. And hopefully I'll see you at some point for WrestleMania 37. Bye for now.